you on my show. Then he wanted you on the show. He never had you on the show.
Thank you. I said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now, here's the coup de grace. That means here's the real thing.
Right.
The coup de grace. He goes to Sharpton with his fucking tail between his legs.
Never should have done
that. You would have never done. And I said that on radio. I don't know if you heard it.
I'd rather jump out a window.
You would have told him, fuck you.
I would have said, fire
I told a joke, and if you don't like it, fuck you.
Right.
But he's a coward now. But wait a minute. He wound up with $20 million. Now he's going to go on radio again. But it ain't the same. No. It'll never be the same.
It never was good to begin with.
He got lucky. Then he had that guy McGurk.
He's horrible.
Another sick fucker.
Another fucker who calls me for a job every week. Then he gets on Howard Stern's a piece of shit. Yeah, see?
He wants to be a comedian, McGurk. He can't get a laugh in a fucking barrel of monkeys. Trust me.
But I worked with him. I didn't even know he was in humor. I didn't even know that was his occupation.
He's making this thing. I don't wish him any harm. But you know something? When he turned around and cowed down, fucking shit. You want to talk up Sharpton. This is my opinion. I said something funny. You want to go hard? Do what the fuck you want to do. And I got news for you. Bring all your friends and picket me. Fuck you and the picket. That's a man. If he's wrong, I'll say fine. He said worse things than that. Before that Rutgers thing. He said worse things than that. You said worse things than that. Pat, all right? But you stood by what you said. That's why you're a man.
That's
Pat,
right.
The problem was it wasn't funny.
Huh?
It wasn't funny. If he had made anybody laugh, nobody would have picketed.
Joanne.
That's true.
He doesn't even get semi-hard?
All this energy
and no place to put it.
How could that be? I mean, the man is so...
Well, that's why he's got so much energy this morning.
Yeah, but you can see his blood is flowing. I don't understand.
You know what? If you want to get him excited before sex, pull out a piece of paper and look at a list of things you have to do.
That's right. Dominic Barbara wants to say hello to you, the very famous attorney. Dominic Barbara. Very famous attorney.
I love Bobby.
Bobby, yeah.
He calls me Bobby. Pat, you said you didn't want to use Viagra. Why don't you try it now?
Joanne, have you said to this man... Pat,
there's a little blue pill.
We could have a sex life. There is a Viagra that you could take.
I tried it.
He's tried.
He has?
Not about the Viagra.
Wait a second. I got to hear this from Joanne.
Okay.
Joanne, I'm looking you over. I'm a pretty good judge of women.
Mm-hmm.
You got a killer body.
Thank you.
Killer.
What did I say?
If you were nude in my bed, I'm sure that I could service you. This is amazing what you're saying.
I think it's all in his head.
It's got to be psychological at that
point. It's not in my head.
It's
in my cock.
No, it's all in his head.
It is. You're right. I mean, when
It's not that he doesn't want to.
What was the setting?
I think he just gets too uptight.
Have you guys tried a sex therapist?
Listen to me. Listen to me. I ain't trying no such
thing.
You understand? Because if I do, I know they're full of shit.
Are you embarrassed? They will give you homework assignments.
Why would I be embarrassed if I'm talking about it in public?
But they would give you a homework assignment.
They ain't giving me that.
It's one thing to make...
Okay, here's my statement.
It's one thing...
Here's my fucking final statement. I thank God every day I can pee. Pee.
No, wait.
Fuck, I don't need.
Wait, you're going to hurt yourself.
Pee. I love to pee. I got friends of mine that got prostate. They cry, Mother of God, let me see some pee. I go, I can do that. Now, can you fuck your wife? Yeah, but I can't pee. Keep fucking your wife. I'll pee.
It's one thing to be funny about it. It's one thing to be funny about it. It's another thing to go to a therapist and treat it in a serious way.
Jews go to therapists because they're insecure. I'm a fucking Italian. If they ever found out I went to a therapist, I'll be in deep shit. I'm not even circumcised. What the fuck is that?
You're not?
No.
Joanne, did you know that he's not circumcised?
She never saw it.
What, you wear a towel?
Mine goes in and out. Mine goes in and out when I pee, and I thank God, Mother of Jesus, I can pee. I got friends who can't pee, and I'm going, I can't wait to pee after the show.
This is silly. This is silly.
It's not silly. Jews go for everything for a fucking hangnail. Italians bite the fucking nail off and spit it out.
Do you have a Joanne said it's psychological. I think I know what she means. Your deceased wife, who you love very much, and I know that. The man loved his wife. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're cheating on her if you're with Joanne?
I didn't have an affair with my wife the last 10 fucking years.
I'm saying, do you feel...
Sex was over. It was time to get down to basics. We're going to get old and be a grandmother and grandfather. Fuck that.
Wow.
That's Italians thinking.
Joanne, when
Jews don't think that. I had a woman in Florida, my altar Christ.
I'm Italian.
A woman in Florida. My woman in Florida. Jewish lady, my altar God.
Right.
She said, Mr. Cooper, I know you lost your wife.
Right.
And I said, well, thank you. She said, I know you're a lonely man. He says, because a lot of Italians, which is an Italian word, are lonely. would you like a blowjob? I swear to God. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
She goes, I'll take the teeth out so you don't hear the click. And I said, she'll take the teeth. I said, no, I'm fine. She goes, you're nuts. Get rid of that stuff in there.
Yeah.
Because it can give you a prostate problem.
She's right.
I said, I'm peeing. What the fuck more do you want?
No, wait a second. I know what Pat's talking about. But, Joanne, I just want to ask you one serious question. When, as Dominic says, so you were in the room with him. Mm-hmm. How long did you waiting to see?
She's still waiting.
Still waiting.
All right, I give up. You got to go see Pat Cooper.
Still waiting.
November 30th. I'm giving up, Dominic. I'm sorry.
Well, would Joanne like to go to a sex therapist?
Yeah, Joanne.
I don't need to go to a sex therapist.
No.
Robert, she's Italian. They don't go.
I'm Italian. I don't go to sex
Joanne,
therapist.
you must be frustrated sexually. Do you take care of it with your own?
Well,
do you have a device of some kind, or?
Yes.
Yes.
I bought her a gold one.
Yes.
I said, you deserve the best.
I'm not going to pry
He
anymore.
bought me
You
an
can
ice
pry. What
glass.
the fuck
I'm
you
not
want?
going to pry anymore.
Pry.
I'm embarrassed. I don't want to know. I don't want
All right.
I feel bad for Joanne.
Wait a minute. You know what I read every day?
Don't. No, he does.
You know what I read
gives me love.
every day? Every day I read the Penthouse letters. I got about 50 fucking books. Every time I go to the bathroom, I say, maybe I'll get an erection from the letters.
Right.
Nobody knows how to write about fucking. I still sit there. And
the letters aren't erotic enough for you.
What is your punch? What
Joanne,
you got to eat.
I'm going to eat.
You
Don't
gotta
worry.
fucking this.
I'm so
that
hungry.
yogurt shit is terrible.
Yogurt.
Have a fucking salami sandwich.
I'm so hungry. You know, Artie's eating. He's eating over there having a party, and I wish I was. I wish I was in on the party.
You know, Pat, you should try Viagra Parmesan. It's very good.
That's right. Joanne.
Oh, he loves his food.
You are a lovely woman.
Thank you,
I
Howard.
consider it an honor to meet you.
Thank you so
I know
much.
that
I'm honored to meet you
and the fact-
Robin. And
Well, I'm so
everybody.
happy that
Yes.
Pat has someone in his life that makes him happy. That's wonderful.
I imagine you were married before, had kids and stuff. Thank God, because at
She's a
least
grandmother.
My grandmother.
it's hard to
4.
believe.
Got
I thought
4
you were in
grandkids.
your 40s. Are
Well,
you?
I said so.
Bless you.
You look
No.
good.
No.
I mean, how Pat got you is a whole nother mystery.
56.
I don't know either.
You're 56.
Yeah, I feel I'll
Wow.
be 57 in 2 weeks.
You're good.
Got a young one, Pat.
Look at you, Pat. You got a young one, but it's like having a Maserati and you don't know how to drive it.
You don't drive it.
If I cry, I will
He drives
kill
it
myself.
halfway.
So I can't let it get the best of me, Howard.
You got a beautiful woman there.
He
Honestly,
drives it
you
from
do.
the house to the mailbox.
Howard,
You got a woman, she's
Howard,
nice.
you don't have to tell me that. I understand. But I always
Satisfy
say,
her. Satisfy her. Don't be selfish. Go to the sex therapist. Satisfy her.
Fuck the sex therapist.
All right. Pat Cooper, November 30th.
Is that it?
Well, wait, let me sum up.
We're going to give you
Calm
a good
down.
plug
Mike
now.
Booten.
Oh, I know. He's in a hurry to get me the fuck out
We're
of here.
going to do the plug, and then we got 3 more guys that are going to roast you.
See Pat Cooper, November 30th at the Broadway Theater in Pittman, New Jersey. It's a big gig for you. It's going to be a big deal. See Pat at the Show Palace in Hudson, Florida, January 21st and 22nd. You're traveling the country. Joanne, I assume you'll be there, too. You travel with Pat.
If she wants to.
Right.
No one pushes pressure.
He never puts pressure on me. Whatever I want to do.
All of these shows, you'll have no paper on stage
We
with
just come back from Spain.
you? Yeah.
Okay? Now,
You
I'm
were
an
work-
easy guy. So I have $4,000 in cash in my pocket.
That's
Oh,
impressive.
God. I don't know too much about Europe. We went there. It was nice. You're going to buy their fucking euro.
Right.
So I gave him $1,000 to give me back $600 fucking dollars. So I said to the guy, excuse me, what is your problem? Are there any Jews in here? He goes, what do you want Jews for? They wouldn't come here and get fucked up like you people do.
Good, you told them that. You're not afraid. Even in a foreign
I
country.
don't give a fuck. Where am
You
I
don't care.
going?
You don't care.
No, because it's the truth. That's the Jews don't come here and go, you want $400 on my 1,000? Fuck you. I'll go to Israel. What the fuck? And I told the lady next to me. She goes, we are in Valencia. I says, yes. She goes, tomorrow we go to Corsica. I said, no, tomorrow you're going to go behind Valencia. They're going to call it Corsica. This fucking broad believes it, tells the captain.
See, they have no idea where they are. They rip you off. You're right. You know a lot of stuff,
They
I got to
don't
say.
understand you over there.
Yeah. PatCooper.com. Believe it or not, Pat's on the internet now.
Oh.
He's got a website. I bet you don't even know how to get to it.
And David Brenner called me. He wants me to do his thing.
Oh.
He's got something on the internet. He's getting comics. He called me
Yes.
Oh,
yesterday.
yes.
And he said, Pat, I'm going to send... He says, I got to have you on this thing. I said, it's an honor. I said, Dave. He says, they're going to come from California to fly there to do it with you. So I must have some kind of points in this business.
Sure you do. I mean,
All right.
David Brenner. I mean, that's
You know,
great.
today, your fucking ratings are going to go through the fucking roof.
I know. Today I'll finally get some rating. Thanks to you.
So you're not getting ratings like you think they are.
Right. Right.
You know what you're getting?
Word of mouth.
No, you're getting gifts. People give us Cyrus for gift. They say, what the fuck will turn them on?
Right.
Years ago, you had millions.
Of course, it's a different business. It's a different business.
Not a different
Are you
business.
feeling bad for
You
Howard?
fucking went uptown. You don't fucking understand. You're with the Bon Jovis there, baby. You're with the Paul McCarthy's.
Yeah, I'm whooping it up. Let me tell you. You should only see how much fun I'm having.
Pat, it sounds like you're feeling sorry for Howard.
He is. He feels bad for me.
Yeah.
By the way, on Pat's website, we noticed Pat is a brunette on his website. You know, you have dark hair on your website. You got dark hair. They gave you dark hair. Somebody colored it in.
Somebody colored in his hair?
Do you know that? You don't know. You don't care. PatCooper.com. Go see him in his shows and everywhere else.
He's funny.
Oh,
my God, who is that?
I didn't even know who that was.
Look at that, Pat.
Pat, there's your website. Who is the person on that picture? Is that you?
My son-in-law did that. I'll kill him. Well, see, I'll tell you how backward I still get the dial phone. There's your fucking answer.
You've never been on your own website.
I don't know anything about that shit. I don't want to know.
On there, you got jet black hair.
I don't even know who that is.
Well, if you analyze this, I had black hair. I had a dye to fucking. I'm stupid.
You're fine. Pat Cooper, November 30th at the Broadway Theater in Pittman, New Jersey. And see Pat at the Show Palace in Hudson, Florida, January 21st.
Yes, but don't go walking out yet.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take a couple of pictures because she has to show her son.
All
right,
who's blind.
We're gonna.
That's the only reason why I'm with him. So I can come here.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after
this.
these
It's
words.
over.
And thank you, Joanne.
What'd you think of that little roast in there?
Which one? That was not a roast. That was an insult to intelligentsia of comedy. But I got news for you. Those are three gentlemen that got their rocks off, and they were really good. I mean, it's all fun. There was you can't really tell them to try to roast you just like that. It don't work that way. There's got to be a reason to give them a time to think about what they want to say. Me, I'm sick.
Would you consider them talented comedians?
Absolutely. Anyone that's got the balls to try to be funny is talented. And I got a dentist. He ought to go to fucking jail. He keeps drilling me, trying to tell me he wants to stand up. He's 72. I said, sit down, you old fuck.
You know what the sad thing was? It took Sal 3 weeks to say, who's that cunt?
Yeah. See, I actually had two pieces of paper. One, it was a magician's trick. I put my first piece of paper down and said, who's the ugly cunt? And then I took Bob's paper and I threw it.
Right.
See that? It was sleight of hand.
So let me ask you this. Do you think Howard was upset by that joke?
It's terrestrial radio. You can say anything. So
no, it's not.
No.
I mean, serious, whatever it is.
It's serious radio.
I don't know. He kind of looked like, I think Howard was very shocked. He looked at me like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, you have to do that with Pat. You have to get under his skin.
Yeah.
Pat was, he wasn't letting anybody get their jokes off. He was rebutting every single joke. Mm-hmm. He was saying that you don't need the paper. So I threw it back in his face the best way I could.
And also, in all the years Pat's done the show, he never brought his wife down. He never brought, you bring a girl down.
Sal was thrown off because he used that was supposed to be his closing line.
Yes.
First one.
Yeah. Well, I looked at the bottom of the paper instead of the top.
Well, it's going to be funny when we get pictures with Pat later.
Yeah.
Who are these three cunts?
I should bring in Bob. Bob helped out with roasting Pat. That was very nice, although it was hard to get a word in edgewise. And Sal, I'm just like so freaked out by. Really? I mean, I said to Sal and Bob and Shuley, would you just come in real quick and roast Pat a few lines? Bob, I'm talking about... sit down. I'm talking about, I said to you guys, and you were very gracious. I said, can you come in real quick and just roast Pat a little bit? So that we could see how he reacts to a roast, because he's not, and he was great with it. But
it's very hard to
Sal, do. I mean, why doesn't he just go up and shoot somebody in the head?
Well, he will at one of these roasts.
Sooner or later.
Sal, you're a good guy. I mean, what makes you interesting is that you sort of, we don't know, you're not predictable, but that was, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I agree, but there was I had a whole bunch of jokes written down.
So do your jokes.
Yeah, but there was nowhere to go, and it got to a point.
What do you mean nowhere to go?
Well, the whole goal.
Don't go.
The whole goal was to get under his skin, and nobody was getting under his skin, and we wanted to see how far we could take it. I know it's a cheap, low blow. I know
made
that.
fun of the woman with him.
I realized that, but at this point, there was really nowhere to go, and I hope that
that was a real cringe for me.
But
I can tell you, for the first time in the history of the show, Howard, I can't remember ever doing this, but I actually walked out with Pat and Joanne, made sure the cameras were off, and I apologized for what had happened, because I really was. It was
It was a
the goal was to offend.
Sneak attack.
The goal was to offend him. And Gary,
the goal was not to offend. It was not to. It was
to see how far we could take
with
it.
Pat, not somebody sitting there taking the shrapnel.
You know what this is the equivalent of when somebody goofed about that your kids were gay? That has nothing to do with you, and that upset you.
Right. That's exactly what I did, Gary. Good point. You were fucking retarded, Gary. You just validated my point. Yeah. I went to someplace else.
No, you didn't have to. I didn't ask you to go there.
I know, and you're not supposed to.
Right.
I mean, that's what you do. I mean, you let me be me. And
but he didn't get a laugh with it, did he?
No.
He was like, Pat was chasing us around the whole fucking time. I mean, I've never seen a crazy fucking old guy coming at you just because I had paper in my fucking hand. I was like, hey, take the paper, you
I
fucking
wasn't even
going to
do the joke, and in the last minute, Richard goes, just call her a cunt.
But I don't even think it was a joke.
Richard
did it?
Richard did it?
Richard's idea.
So Richard, you writer?
Someone to blame.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You guys are going to say that.
No, but I'm saying it wasn't even a joke. When I said roast, I meant do a joke. You're good at doing some of these roast jokes.
Well, look how the point was how I threw it back in his face. I threw away the paper. I spoke to a man. What am I supposed to do?
Next time I won't ask you. Nothing ad-lib.
Not next time you won't ask me.
No.
All right,
do it on tape. Go ahead. So I can listen to it.
My dice? I got to mail a video in?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to do a joke. You can't just go up and say, hey, you're a cunt.
I know. I agree. There was no jokes. There was nothing left. Levy couldn't
there
do
was
anything.
Plenty of room.
You know, he asked me, he said, was that guy a comedian? And he wasn't kidding around. Like, he goes, like, who is that guy? Is he a comedian? I go, he's sort of a comedian. He's working on it. He's working on being a comedian.
He's trying to be a comedian.
Yeah, very good. What am I supposed to do, dude? What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to tell jokes.
But Rob,
Julian Levy got up and told a few jokes.
I think cunt was his closing line, and he opened with it.
We tried, although it was difficult. Most times when you roast people, they're not running back and forth between the dais and the podium.
Yeah, I haven't been chased by a guy with a members-only jacket since 1977. I mean, I was fucking terrified.
Sal, I think you crossed the line, man.
That's the whole point. If I'm not, give me a break.
You feel bad about it?
No, I don't feel. Listen, don't ask me to roast if you're afraid I'm going to cross the fucking line. I mean, it's such a double standard. It's bullshit.
Do you think Howard's being a little too sensitive about the whole situation?
If he's sensitive, he's sensitive. That's his thing, But, I mean, no. I mean, if that's the way Howard feels, then when I rewrite stuff, I have to consider that. I mean, I guess roasts are no longer the edgy, over-the-line things that I thought they used to be. Apparently, it's different now. So I have to adjust myself. I'll write some jokes about maybe, peanuts on airplanes, on toasters. That'll be real fun and cute, Maybe I'll go back and look at some old Elaine Boozler stuff. She can inspire me. Maybe some Phyllis Diller jokes. That's great. You're supposed to offend in a roast. You're supposed to go over the line. And when there's no place to go, sometimes you have to pull something out. When Sarah Silverman talked about Britney Spears' kids on national TV, as offensive and awful as that was, she went to the kids. That was considered brilliant in Howard Stern's eyes. When Howard asked me to offend Pat Cooper and nobody get a word and I call his wife a cunt, now I'm the bad guy. So it's a bunch of horse shit. That's what it is. It's blatant bullshit.
I agree.
It is.
Trust me, I was.
Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staffers, whack backers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, my guest today rose to fame on Saturday Night Live, where his Joe Pesci and Goat Boy characters were instant classics. Stoners around the world love him from the film Half-Baked, and Stern fans really love him for his impressions of everyone from his family members to Judas Priest and Metallica. He is an author, a comic, a radio host, and he's the star of a documentary that focuses on the special relationship he has with his dad. Now, recently, he's left the party scene to focus on being a great husband and father, and he is still wiping the from his dad's ass. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Brewer. Why, hello, sir.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us on Fine Time today.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. We had a ton of audience questions, so I'm
gonna
jump in here.
All right.
We've got one from Michael A. Michael asks, would you work on the Stern Show if they made you an offer?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely would. I think that'd be a huge honor, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
If it made sense, and yeah, definitely. In the past, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But a lot of people bring it up to me, or they ask, but I'd have to say the honest answer would be yes.
So maybe that's the next step in your career.
Who knows?
I hope so.
Who knows?
Question from Jason C. Jason asks, if this is what you look and act like sober, what are you like when you're actually high?
Well, those days are gone.
Okay.
But when I used to, I was my eyes are really red.
Yeah.
My eyes drip down even more, and I'd laugh a little too much and get a little too into my conversation. I'd usually go far out there in the conspiracy world, and then it would always end with paranoia of some type. always end with paranoia.
Has it been a long time since you've been?
It's been years.
Okay.
It's been years.
Question from David S. David asks, where did you get your metal singing voice, and have you ever been in a band?
I started in high school, and really, it was imitating. All I did was imitate. I would imitate all the bands I was into. So that's where I kind of learned to sing. I took some singing lessons from friends, and then band-wise, I started fronting a band, but we mixed stand-up comedy with musical hooks. So, and I did that in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I just started doing it again. So technically, I sing, but not to the point where like, oh my gosh, he's singing now? It's just the hook, and then talk and do the stand-up.
But you treat music like an impression almost, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's the only, like I almost feel uncomfortable if I'm just singing.
Yeah.
But if you give me an impression or a voice to work off of, I have more confidence with it.
Cool. Question from Paul M. Paul asks, is there anything you would do differently now if you were back on SNL that you didn't do before?
Oh, God. Yes, I would be more, I wouldn't take everything so personally. I took so many things so personally. I would take the writers personally if I thought they were throwing my jokes out or writing or criticize something while I wasn't there. I just took so many things personal. I wouldn't do that again, and I'd probably would have been there for at least 5 more years, at least, or at least wanted to be.
Question from Deborah C. Deborah asks, what is your favorite and your least favorite impression to perform?
I love any rock impressions. I like them more. My least favorite is, the Pesci one's old to me.
You're just tired of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost hacky.
Oh, hey, where's my assistant? Where's my... Hey, give me a cup of coffee. How long I gotta fucking wait here? I mean, come on.
Like, I don't want to do them anymore.
Got it.
Tracy Morgan, we get tired of.
Love what you bruise. People busy, man. I got children's. And I'm alive, man. I'm working with Alec Baldwin's.
But even the impressions, like, I only do the people I really like. I don't sit there and study people. I only imitate everything I'm really into and I like.
Got
it. I don't know.
Question from Patrick S. Patrick asks, has Tracy Morgan gotten in touch with you since you put it out there that he was kind of an ass to you?
He wasn't an ass to me. He just blew my show off 3 or 4 times in a row.
Right.
And knowing him for as long as I did, I would have expected either a personal, hey, sorry I couldn't make it, but to like book himself on the show, me go, all right, this is 20 minutes to fill, this is 40 minutes to fill, and then just not show up. It was fine. First time. Second time was weird. Like, why go to the point of saying, I'm coming on? If you don't want to come on, just don't come on.
Right.
Or deny it. No, I don't want to. So that was the only, but I also know Tracy. That's sort of who he is and what he does. Who knows? He might be in a position where they go, hey, really, why'd you do this? And he'll go, all right. Yes, I'll do it. And then when it comes that moment, he's like, man, I don't want to do this. And then he doesn't do it. So I get that side too, but no, he hasn't reached out.
So have you talked to him since you talked about this experience? You haven't run into him? Or
No.
Okay, think it'll be weird?
But if I did, no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Me and him would never have weirdness. And that's the thing, like, I don't have any weirdness towards him, but I did want him to know, like, hey, you could have just said, Sorry, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I flaked. I get it. I flaked too. We all flake. Don't book yourself and then just not show up multiple times. That's the weird. That's the only weird.
That's weird. Matt H. asks, are you happy with the way that family life has changed your act on stage?
No. Am I happy?
Yes.
Love it.
Okay.
I don't think I've been better my entire life or better career. I've never been better. Ever. This is the most confident I've been, the hardest I crush, the best material I've ever had, and it's just formulating into all these different avenues. This is the best ever. Thank God I have that family to push out there.
And does it ever cross the line with your family? Or are they ever?
No.
They're cool with whatever you say?
Yeah, they're fine.
That's good. Question from Joseph M. Will there ever be a half-baked 2, please, with 100 E's?
That'd have to be a Dave Chappelle. That's his baby. And if there was, I honestly think the only reason to do it would have to be because it makes sense to do it, not just because the fans want it or whatever. And I think as clever as Chappelle is, the best way to do that is when we're older, because then it's ridiculous. Because to this day, there's never been a movie where the older guys are the half-baked guys. So to me, it's funny. When we're all growing up and we have to come out of whatever environment. Like to me, my character, I always thought it'd be hilarious. I grew up, I became a stockbroker or insurance or very successful white-collar guy, and now I'm coming back out of this world for whatever reason. That would be funny.
That would be very funny.
But just to do half-baked for the sense of half-baked, that would ruin what half-baked is now.
So maybe someday.
Maybe.
Question from Dave C. Dave asks, tell us something about yourself that people would be surprised to know about you that you have not disclosed to Howard.
Maybe I'm deeper in faith than he realizes. Maybe.
A religious guy?
Not religious.
Okay.
I don't. Religious is you go to a Catholic church, a deep spirituality. That keeps away. That there's I believe in a different layer of spirituality than what most people probably think of.
Does your work ever feel like it's in conflict with that to you?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I turn my back to it and I go, all right, I'll just do this.
Have you ever turned anything down because of your spirituality?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of jobs, plenty of sponsorships, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Question from John K. John asks, are there any impressions you've wanted to do but you just can't seem to nail it?
No.
Nothing. You put your mind to it, you got it.
Yeah, I put my and there's not if I really want to do the guy, I'm gonna get him. If I really want to do them, I'm gonna get it, because that's how it works for me. If there's something about, I would love to be able to do Stern.
Do you have you tried before?
Not even close. I never tried it.
This is a great opportunity on Fine Time to
I only do it when it's nailed.
Gotcha. There's none in progress you can show us a sneak peek of it this time.
I never even tried it, so I couldn't even go there.
All right. I'll let you off the hook. I want to thank Jim for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted. Keep sending your questions in. You can tweet them, you can Facebook them, you can even send a video submission and be a part of the show. And remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Did you have a fine time, Tim?
I had a fine time, and there's really no better fans in the world.
That's so true.
They come out in huge numbers to see me. Thanks to Howard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I'm Matthew Berry. I'm ESPN Senior Fantasy Analyst. I'm also the author of a new book called Fantasy Life, and I'm here on the show to promote that, to talk about all the crazy stories from the world of fantasy football, including the Stern Show Fantasy League, with Gary and John Hine, JD, Scott the Engineer, Will Murray, Jason Kaplan, Steve Brandano. The whole gang is in this fantasy league. So I'm going to talk about that and just all the craziness that happens in that league. So I'm super psyched. I've been a Howard Stern fan for over 20 years. Somewhere in my closet is a VHS copy of Butt Bongo Fiesta. I go that far back.
Wow.
So I'm a massive fan. I'm a huge Stern fan. And so this is like a a real bucket list moment. This is like a dream come true to be on the Howard Stern Show.
Now, given your superfan status, you know Howard's not much of an athlete nor a sports fan.
Right.
So you have a difficult challenge of making this relatable for him.
See, I don't think I do, because that's the genius of Howard. It doesn't matter what person walks in that studio. He finds something interesting out of the person. He finds something relatable. So I'm not really worried about that because he's such a master interviewer. But I will say that one of the focuses of the stories and the book is that it's all about people. I wrote it specifically so that if you don't play fantasy football, you still enjoy it.
So there you go.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about it. Hope it goes well. And, listen, I don't think there's anything bad. It's all downhill from here after being on the show with the king of all media.
All right. We'll see you in the studio, Matt.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
I can't wait to talk about fantasy football with these guys. I hear horrible stories around our office. This is a guy who's considered the expert on fantasy football, Matthew Berry. And Gary explained to me he's the expert on fantasy football because he's on ESPN or something?
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew, how you doing, man? Good to see you. So you play fantasy football with these guys on my show?
I do indeed.
King,
it is an honor, by the way, to sit here in front of you.
Yeah, and you also are considered the... Why? Okay, explain to me, first of all, for anybody in the audience who isn't a man like me.
Right.
What is fantasy football?
Fantasy football is a game, okay? So you choose real-life athletes.
Right.
And how well those players do statistically in their real-life NFL games or what have you is how well they do for your team. So if you drafted Tom Brady, right? And Tom Brady throws 3 touchdown passes on Sunday.
You get credit.
You get your team has now 3 touchdowns.
I see.
So if you drafted Tom Brady and I drafted Peyton Manning, for example, right?
Right.
So and Peyton Manning throws 2 touchdowns on Sunday and we're playing each other.
Yeah, but
you're beating me 3 touchdowns to 2.
But I don't understand how it works. In other words, if Tom Brady, though, throws the pass and somebody runs for a touchdown, what about if you have the guy what if I have the guy who runs for the touchdown?
You get points for that as well.
Oh, you do?
And if you have both of them, what's that called?
Right. Yeah, it's a double dagger.
A double dagger.
The double dagger.
You get double points. It's having the guy that throws and the guy that receives.
So what is the skill here? That I have to put together a team of all the great players? Now, what if one of my players gets injured?
That sucks.
Right,
so
that's it.
Well, no, it's not that it. You go to what's called the waiver wire and you replace the player.
Oh, you can replace someone who's been injured.
You don't draft every player in the NFL. You draft kind of what's basically the stars. So you draft quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends.
Why are you an expert on this? I mean, why are you considered an expert on fantasy football? Do you win in our league all the time?
I actually have never won the league. I've only been in the league 2 years.
Right.
I finished last to John Hine in the very first year. The first year I played,
so why
I
are
lost
you
in
an
the
expert?
finals. Well, I think I'm an expert because I'm on ESPN. I've been playing for almost 30 years, and I've been doing this. I've been doing it professionally since 1999. I actually don't even like the term expert.
Does it require any skill, this game?
Yeah, of course it does.
And you win money?
How
much money can you? Well, how much money?
Thank you, Robin. Hello, Queen.
Yeah. How much money can you win in our league?
Our league is $100 a guy, and we're thinking about upping that. It's 10 guys, so you win like $600 because you divvy up for second and third.
I see.
But in our league, and with Matthew will explain to you, it's really not about the money.
Right.
It's about bragging rights.
Yeah,
totally.
You want to win. Like JD won one year. You would have thought that he banged a supermodel.
And JD,
look at how it changed his life.
Yeah, look how great he's doing. And how much time does the average guy who plays fantasy football put in a week? How much time a week does he need to put in order to be good at this?
He only needs to be good at it. You got to put in a lot. Like we did a study at ESPN, and the average sports fan watches about 6 hours of ESPN a week in terms of whether it's downloading an app or the magazine or ESPN Radio or ESPN.com, one of our many platforms, right? The average fantasy player engages 18 hours a week.
Wow.
3 times as much, almost 1 full day a week. So yeah, the people that play fantasy are really into it.
It's big business, right?
Huge business.
What's the economics of this thing? I don't get it. Who's making money off of it?
Well, ESPN makes money off of it.
Is fantasy football so popular that it affects the actual NFL?
Yes, I believe so.
How so?
I mean, well, in terms of revenue, they've found studies that the NFL started promoting it in 2003 really hard because they found a study similar to that, which was that the average football fan watched about 3 hours of football a week. The average fantasy football player watched 6 hours.
Because they're vested in seeing how their team
does. It gives you a rooting interest in, like, whatever. Gary's a fan of the Jets, right? We all know this. Gary's a big fan of the Jets. So he might not
be... Gary, you don't take good Jets players on your fantasy team.
No, because they suck.
Because they suck, right.
But what the point is if I have the quarterback from Seattle and I have a running back from San Diego,
then you got to watch
and San Diego is playing Seattle, a game I would never watch, I am now very interested in.
Right.
Yeah. It gives you a rooting interest in stuff that you wouldn't care about. And in fact, if you don't play sports at all, like, it gives you a reason to watch.
You had a major Hollywood career going. You were a writer.
Yes.
And you'd written some pretty notable things. And you gave up your entire writing career to become a fantasy football guy? That had to be pretty risky.
I think so, but I was miserable, Howard.
You were miserable as a writer?
I was miserable as a writer. So I was 35 years old. I've been playing fantasy sports since I was 14 years old.
Right.
I'm 43, right? So almost 30 years.
There are other fantasy sports?
Robin, there are things, if you can keep score
if
at
there are bronies, there's got to be fantasy sports for everything.
Exactly. If you can find a way to keep score at it, there is a way to play a fantasy version of it. There's fantasy sumo wrestling, which is huge in Japan.
Do you play that?
I've never played fantasy sumo wrestling.
Right.
But, I mean, like I do with a bunch of my Hollywood friends, I do a fantasy summer movie league. Like, we pick movies in the summer, and which movies make the most money is how well our fantasy...
So interesting how America is consumed with how things do as opposed to the actual art.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's really fascinating.
You could do there's Fantasy Bachelor, Howard. You would love that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Fantasy
sure.
Bachelor.
Fantasy Bachelor, Fantasy American Idol.
You're shitting me.
Right.
I think Desiree is going to marry. You're kidding me. I could
totally.
play. I could bet on the Bachelor.
We could do Fantasy America's Got Talent. Absolutely.
Wow.
You'd pick the guys and say, like, you'd pick contestants and see how far they go and when they get eliminated, and you get points for how far they go in the
I'd be good at that. I was 4 for 4 last week.
There you go. Exactly. See?
Yeah. I know
You're already playing.
I'm already playing.
In fact, I would even say, Howard, you actually play fantasy sports. You don't realize it. Remember a couple weeks ago when the National Enquirer had the celebrity death pool thing, and you guys were...
By the way, I am going to win that one. Who do I have, Fred? Tell everyone.
I don't know.
You don't know who I have? Gary, go ahead.
Is it Randy Travis?
That's right.
And I've got the Queen.
I bet you Randy Travis dies before the Queen.
Who do I have?
Robin, you had somebody...
I don't even remember.
Well, I had OJ.
Right, so
does Robin have Regis? Do you have Regis?
I don't know.
See, and that's fantasy sports. You guys are all competing. You pick something, right? So
at least I didn't go into a war room for that.
Right, well, true. But you've now got a rooting interest in Randy Travis's health, which you never would have cared about before.
I'm calling the hospital daily.
Robin does have Regis.
Oh, she has Regis?
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody for me to call.
But, so that's fantasy sports. It's the exact same thing.
Yes, but maybe I do like this.
I'm telling you, you would love it because it would get you into sports.
So are you making a living now just strictly off fantasy sports?
I make a nice living, yeah.
You make a good living?
Yeah.
How do you make a good living? ESPN doesn't pay jack shit, do they?
Yeah, they do. I mean,
what do you make over there?
I don't make Howard Stern money, but I do well. I do well.
Are you a millionaire?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Look at this.
You weren't a millionaire when you left writing.
He might have been.
I was close. I was close. But
didn't you write Crocodile Dundee 2?
3.
Yeah,
not even the good one. Not even I wrote the third one. Yeah.
Yeah, but the story. Tell that story.
All right. So I was a screenwriter in Hollywood for the longest time.
Right.
And I was just doing fantasy sports stuff on the side.
Right.
So anyway, and I was working with my writing partner, a guy named Eric Abrams, who, by the way, huge Stern fan. He's the guy that turned me on to you like over 20 years ago.
Thank you, Eric.
So anyway, so we get call. Hey, our agent calls up and says, "Hey, you guys know who Paul Hogan is, of course. You ever seen Crocodile Dundee? Of course." He's like, "Well, he's a client here at the agency. He wants to do a third installment of the franchise. I'm the agent in charge of putting writers in a room to pitch them ideas. You guys want me to throw you on the list?"
Right.
And we're like, "Yeah, let's meet Paul Hogan. That'll be a funny story."
That'd be
like,
cool, yeah,
whatever. We're not. He's like, "But we've never written a movie before, you know." And he's just like, "You won't get the job. It doesn't matter, but it'll be good practice because we wanted to get into movies." So we go in, we watch the first two, and there's only 2 rules apparently: that it has to take present day, has to take place present day, which means 16 years after the second movie. Of course, because everyone's all clamoring for another Croc movie, and then and his real life wife has to be in it, Linda, right? So she's got to be in it. So whatever. So like, we don't spend a very much time because we're not getting this job. So we just go in and we're just like, look, you did New York in the first 2 movies. Why don't you do L.A. in this movie? You've been living with this woman for the whole time. You're not married, but you've got a kid. Because we'd figured, like, at that time, Something About Mary was the big movie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And like, so, and there was like no way that this could be an R-rated comedy that could compete with that. So we're like, the only chance you have is a family to do this for families. So anyway, so we go there and we pitch and we say, so look, just come to L.A. and it's Beverly Hills Croc.
Right.
You're going to walk around L.A. and wacky stuff happens. You get a job at a movie studio because you can talk to animals,
right.
whatever stupid thing that is, right?
Yeah.
There's some bad guys there you saved today. Not tough. You know, it's Croc 3. We'll make it funny.
Yeah.
Whatever, that's what we say. And he's just like, you guys are the only ones who get me. You're hired. We're like, what the, really? We're hired on this thing?
Wow.
What? Right?
So you go off and write the script.
Right. So the deal is, so we actually don't want to write them. We're like, are we really going to write Croc 3? And they're like, guess how much they want to pay you.
How much?
We ended up, but because the movie got made and we got credit and residuals, we ended up making close to $1 million on the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I want to say like 850, 900, something like that.
Robin,
yeah.
why don't we write Crocodile Dundee 4?
4?
Yeah, listen to my pitch, okay?
Okay.
We can write this simple. Tornado hits Australia. Crocodile Dundee gets swept up in it. Him and a whole bunch of alligators. Alligators start falling all over people and eating them.
Alligator-nado.
Yeah, the only guy, Crocnado. The only guy who can save the day is Crocodile Dundee. What do you think? Bye, Cracky, you get me.
Right, see?
Right.
Sold.
Right.
Done.
Wow, I didn't know it was that
right.
easy.
Well, we're like, well, listen, this is my advice to the kids out there. If you're going to sell out big, right? So
You bet.
we heard that amount, and we were just like, all right, we're in.
Yeah.
So the deal was, he was just like, well, he wants to write it with you guys. He wants that. And we're like, oh, boy. So, like, we can't imagine spending 3 months in front of a computer screen with Paul, right? And we're like, he didn't want to do that.
Right.
So we basically say, like, look, we will let us write the first draft,
right,
and we'll give it to you, and then you'll do it, right?
Yeah.
You know? So, and he's like, great. So we write the first draft, you know, and off of his notes, and, you know, whatever. We do, you know, we pitch everything to him. How about this or this and whatever. So we go off and we write the first draft. And we give it to him. And the whole plan is that the 3 of us are going to have writing credit, written by the 3 of us.
Right.
Okay. So then he goes and rewrites it. And he rewrites it like this. So pretend we had a scene where we said, like, interior radio studio. Matthew Berry's being interviewed by the king of all media, Howard Stern, about fantasy football. And so then, Howard, hey, Matthew, nice to meet you. Okay. He would rewrite that interior TV studio. Piers Morgan is interviewing Bob Smith about soccer.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
Hi, Bob. Let's have dinner on Sunday. Like, so there's not one word that's the same, but it's the exact same scene,
Script,
the point of the scene.
Right. Instead of nighttime, it might be daytime.
Right. It's all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Instead of interior restaurant, it's interior bar. Like, it's like, that's what he did. He rewrote the entire script like that.
Right.
It's like a college kid copying his term paper. Right.
Right.
And then what he did was, and we didn't care about that, but then he turned it in and took our names off. He said he wanted sole writing credit.
Wow.
And we're like, and because of the contract and everything like that, we needed to have writing credit on the movie.
Absolutely,
like because of residuals and everything like that. I mean, the whole reason we wrote it was for money.
Right.
So now the line's drawn in the sand, so it's us versus him. And I mean, it's like, here's Paul Hogan, every scene of the movie, written based on characters he created, executive produced by him, starring him. He's in every frame of the movie, but he still needs solo writing credit. So
strange,
right? So it goes to the Writers Guild, which is a process that anytime there's a dispute over the credits, it goes through the process. They vote for us. They read our draft, his draft, and the final shooting script, and they say Matthew and Eric get writing credit. So okay, fine. He appeals it. After the appeal, still same thing. He appeals the appeal. All right. So now he's had 9. It's a 3-person each time, 3-person panel. So he's now lost 9-0. Right. Right. 3 different times he's lost. You'd think he'd drop it, but no. He goes on all the media, including the show. I was so horrible. I was listening to KLSX in L.A. Right. I'm listening to you, and the first time you've ever heard of my existence, he's on here promoting the movie, and he's trashing us. He's just like, I'm going to sue the Writers Guild.
Do we have that clip? Where is that? I want to hear that.
I think it's, they told you, I think it might be on Gary Page 2, guys.
Let me see. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
I was horrified.
I don't even remember him doing this show.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
I kind of remember him doing the show. It was so long ago. You wrote this one yourself?
No, I'm not credited with writing it, but I did, yeah.
You did. You wrote it.
Yeah.
You gave
Why are you
somebody
not
else the
credited?
credit?
I wrote the screenplay. The WGA wouldn't let me have a credit because I'm the producer.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't make
So who's
sense.
credited
Well,
as a
but-
writer? That doesn't make sense. It's true. It doesn't make sense.
Well, the reason is the reason that rule is that if you are a producer on the movie, so that you can't just force your name on the movie, you have to prove that you have written it. So there's a standard. I believe it's 50%. 50% of the screenplay has to be new.
Well, let me just,
if you're a producer.
There's 12 seconds left on this clip. Let me just see if there's anything else interesting.
The two guys that wrote the plot with me.
I see.
Yeah, but it's not their fault. It's the WGA.
Never heard of them before.
They're about to go on strike, and I'm a dirty foreigner and a producer.
Do you own this film as well?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
So there you go.
And you were sitting and listening to that going, oh, shit.
Right. I mean, first up, we're not like super proud of having written Croc 3, you know, but now we're in this very public
thing. Did the movie
thing.
do well at all? I mean,
it made money.
It made some money.
It made money. It didn't do as well as the first two movies, but it definitely made money. And yeah, we made.
I
nice
love
money.
Crocodile Dundee. I do. I love that whole thing. Yeah.
So of course, they get treated like shit. They're not allowed to walk the red carpet, and they're supposed to have.
Oh, you went to the premiere and they treated you like shit?
Oh, totally. Because so not only we're supposed. Like we had the last two seats in the theater, like in the very corner, like all the cast and crew is there. Our names are only in the one place Paramount was contractually obligated to put it there. Yeah, I mean, and normally like you go to a premiere, like all the stars get tables. Like we didn't even get chairs. We got like one of those stand-up tables, like way in the corner.
You wouldn't give up your writing credit. What's wrong with you?
Apparently not.
Yeah. So you had a pretty good career going as a writer before you got into this fantasy football stuff. Did you work on Married with Children too?
I did.
Gary told me that.
Yes,
what did you do for them?
that was before the movies. I was a story editor. I worked on the last episode, last year of the show.
Yeah.
So I co-wrote the 250th episode on the answer to a trivia question.
And so this guy was doing really well, and you just gave it all up for. Do you ever have any temptation to go back to writing?
Not at all.
Yeah.
I was 35 years old, and I was totally miserable. I'd been in therapy, and I was.
People would think that's really cool though, to be a writer and to work on all those shows.
Well, I know, and that was what was screwing me up. Was like I'd had this success, like I had this job that everyone.
What was your big
dreams of.
story on Married with Children? That Ed O'Neill was cheap?
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he buy everybody for a gift?
So yeah, basically, he was totally cheap. Like, so you remember, like at that time, this is 1995, and everything, economy's doing real well, right?
Right, yeah.
So we'd heard like on other shows, like Seinfeld had bought like his entire staff for Christmas, like the camera guys and the crew guys, like he'd bought them all like really nice Schwinn bikes, like $250 bikes, and
nice.
and Drew Carey had like bought like VCRs for everyone, like So here we are. We're in the 12th year of the show, and the guys that created Married with Children, Moy and Levitt, were really generous. So guys that had been on the show from year one had been there for 12 years.
Right.
So here, the entire cast gets together and they give as a Christmas gift in year 12. A beach towel, a Married with Children beach towel, like and not even like a nice big thick beach towel, but like
you don't appreciate that,
right? Like some like sort of super thin.
Here's a nice beach towel,
right?
Wow.
Like a $12 beach towel, and it wasn't even like on Seinfeld. Like I think like Jerry gave a gift, and then like the other three like
but like when you go to the beach, you're really dry, right? Because you have a towel.
Yeah, it's absorbent. It's a Married with Children beach towel. Like and then there was another one where I wasn't here for this, but it was passed down by a number of people. So like after like the season 8 or something like that, Ed, who played Al Bundy, Ed says to the entire casting, to all the camera guys, "Hey guys, good season, nice work. Let's go to lunch."
Right.
Like on the last day. So they go out to lunch and whatever. So all the grips and key grips and everything are out there. And so the waitress brings the check to Ed. And he picks it up and he's just like, "All right, who had the tuna fish?"
No, he
I swear to God, he made them all go Dutch. No, it's like a $200 check. He invited him.
Great.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder you wanted to go into fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so explain something to me. You get out of fantasy football, you get a job. And how do you get a job with ESPN being a fantasy football expert?
Well, basically how the version is that in 1999 there was a website that was advertising for writers, right?
Yeah.
And I basically wrote and I said, like, "Look, hey, I'm a professional writer living out here in Hollywood, but fantasy sports is my life. I love it.
Wow.
Can I try out? Can I do something on the side for free?" They wrote me back and they said, "We looked you up on IMDb. Married with Children is our favorite show of all time.
Right.
You're hired.
Wow.
So that was in 1999. I worked on that site for about 4.5 years.
Man.
I developed a big enough following that I decided to start my own website called TalentedMrRoto.com, which was my dumb little nickname.
Talented Mr. Roto?
Yes.
What is that?
I know.
TalentedMrRoto.com.
Right. Well, so fantasy baseball used to be called Rotisserie League Baseball. That's what it used to be called, so Roto for short. And what do you do on the website? You make recommendations and picks and stuff, so you're kind of like a handicapper for football. Yeah. I give advice, but
how can you give advice if you don't win regularly in fantasy football?
I do win regularly. I do win. But
Gary, is he considered a great... Now,
first of all, he's in our league. How many leagues are you in?
I'm like in 10 leagues.
Right. Who put you in our league? How long ago did you join our league?
Can I tell you how we got in our league?
Yeah.
We decided when we started the league we were going to put one celebrity in the league.
Okay.
So our original celebrity was Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah. Now all the guys hated Jerry in the league.
We love Jerry.
You do.
We hate him in the league.
Yeah. Why do you hate him in the league?
There were two things that were going on. The first is in the draft, which he would do via phone, he would only draft New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys.
Why does that annoy you?
Because it's not taking it seriously.
I see.
It's not taking it seriously.
That's not how you win.
But the other thing is, after Monday Night Football's over, 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning is when the wire opens, and so everybody puts their trades in. You can't, there's an order to go, and you can't. One trade can't be made till another one is made. There's a hierarchy.
You all rely on
and
it.
Jerry we couldn't find him for 2 days.
So he didn't.
So we threw him out of the league.
You threw him out. And who threw him out?
Jason had to call him.
Right.
Jason, come here. So you need it. Why did you want a celebrity to make it more fun?
We just thought it'd be fun to have one.
Right. Jason, what happened? Why did you get selected to call Jerry O'Connell and throw him out of our fantasy football league?
Because I'm the asshole, and that's my role.
And
how
Will
did that
didn't want to do it, right?
Oh, Will totally didn't want to do it.
How does that go? I mean, what do? You just
it wasn't horrible. I don't remember exactly because you just haven't seen that into it, and you haven't been available.
And did he put up a fuss or
no?
He understood.
Like I said, I think he kind of
He wasn't that upset.
But to go back to how annoying he is, because I explained this to you the other day, and you seem to get
annoying?
it. Jerry. It's like when you're playing blackjack and someone doesn't play by the rules.
Right.
It's
I hate that.
Yeah, and so by him doing shitty drafts, it screws up everybody's,
Right, so he's out.
Future picks. So he's out and Berry's in.
But how do you decide that Matthew Berry's going to be in?
I have a pretty good personal relationship with Matthew, and I knew he's a fan of the show, and I knew he wanted in, so he was my first, I'm like, hey, let's put Matthew in.
Why does Will hate Matthew? I hear all this stuff.
Will's got a whole thing in his head that Matthew is a bully, and that
which is insane.
He hates that Matthew calls himself a fantasy expert, and who the fuck is he to be a fantasy expert? And he just gets under Will's skin so easily.
Will, why are you disturbed by Matthew? He seems to take the league seriously. I mean, this is what you're looking for.
Right.
Why does he get under your skin?
First of all, is this thing on?
See, this is what's great about this. It's all male camaraderie, right?
It is.
And wives never understand this shit, like why everybody's all worked up.
Although wives are now getting more into it. I like in the book. There's like a ton of stories of husbands and wives playing together.
Oh, you wrote a book? Is that why you're here?
Yes.
I didn't even know why the fuck you walked in.
What's the book called?
What's the book? Let's plug that.
Thanks, guys. It's right here.
What is that?
It's called Fantasy Life.
Matthew Berry. It's all about your life with fantasy football.
It's a bunch of.
Do you talk about these guys? Because you're in a league with them.
I am in a league in this. I talk about these guys. I talk about you. I talk about the influence you had on my career.
Influence on fantasy football?
Yes.
How did I influence you rather briefly?
Well, just because what I loved about you, there's so many things, but I love the fact that you basically said, I don't care how everyone else does morning DJ. People forget that you were a morning DJ, like traffic and news, and you basically said, I'm going to do it my way.
That's right.
Right, and so you didn't follow the rules, and you obviously became who you are. And so I love the fact that you would talk for 17 minutes about what you had for breakfast. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I basically, in my columns, I made it about myself. I basically ripped you off. I made it.
I influenced you.
Totally, completely influenced. And I've talked about it throughout my career in the book.
And you're successful. Look at that.
No, it absolutely works.
All right, well, good. Thank you for saying that. Now, what's your problem? This guy seems like a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He is.
First of all, Jason has a big fat hard-on for Barry. It's ridiculous.
He
licks his ass.
Oh, really?
No, I like Matt Berry. I don't know what to tell you. I like him as a person. I like him as a fantasy guy.
Right.
Jason's like one of those women that knew nothing about fantasy sports, and then he started following Barry, and that's his messiah. He listens to everything that Barry says now.
Right.
Have you ever won the league?
I have won the league.
Oh, look at you.
Now ask Will how many times he's won the league.
How many times have you won? There's a lot of luck involved in fantasy. Okay.
Have you won?
There is.
But, Will, the way you're talking sounds like you want Jerry O'Connell back in the league.
No, Barry's all right. He's just a pain in the ass.
Right. So he irks you.
Why is he a pain in the ass?
Because he comes in, he's new to the league, and he immediately wants to make league changes. And
what kind of changes?
There was something that
lots of rules bothered him because they affected him personally.
Right. What were the rules?
I don't know what happened last year, but there was a rule discussion, right?
There's waiver issues.
And I know that Will was pulling his hair out of his head.
Right.
And it's the reason why Will has been our commissioner. He has stepped down as commissioner.
I don't want to do it anymore because I have a job to do.
Right, so he's the commissioner.
What is your problem with the league?
Well, there's no problem with the league. The rule was very confusing.
It wasn't that confusing until it affected you personally.
I didn't understand.
What is the rule?
Howard, I've been playing for 30 years. I do this professionally, right? So I'm like, I play in a ton of different leagues. And so I say, like, look, I don't totally understand this. And I say, does anyone else understand this? And Jason's like, I don't understand it.
His little lapdog didn't understand either.
Right. So then JD texts me, and JD's like, yeah, I don't understand it either. I don't want to get into this publicly. And then John Hine, emails the league.
That's full of shit. John Hine did not say anything.
John Hine emails the league and says, well, here's how I understand the league. So he explains the rule. And then he says, is that right, Will? So even John Hine doesn't understand the rule.
Is anybody doing actual work around here? That's what I'm getting nervous about.
That was the problem.
A lot of time.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work going on into this fantasy.
Too much work. That's why I went out. I said I got to concentrate on the show.
Now?
Fat boy over there.
No, I'm temporary. I am just taking the lead for a couple months.
And was this ruling changed based on what Matt Berry had to say?
Well, we had already started the league. This was the whole thing. Once the season starts, you can't just change the rules in the middle of it.
I just asked for
that's why all this trouble was. And Matt, I come home. I know Will's getting into arguments with him on the phone. Then I come home and Matt is texting me.
Who is the biggest nut case in this league? Is it JD?
David Height.
David Height?
It's David Height.
Oh, really?
Okay, first of all, he shows up with a binder that looks like he's doing his thesis at Columbia University.
Yeah, it was organized.
Very organized, but several binders and everything like that. And I'm going to preface this. I get along great with David. I like David a lot, except when we play fantasy football.
Right.
Then he annoys the living shit out of me.
Why? Because he has a binder?
Well, no, because one of the great things about playing fantasy is everybody breaks everybody's balls.
Right.
But it's very good-natured. You know, so like I might get up and I might make a pick and Will take a crack at me, but there's a joke in there.
Right.
Whereas David, he would question you, Gary, why are you doing that? That's really bad.
Why would he question you? I mean,
because that's what what people do. Like, there's always the expert in the league. That's the guy who knows better than everybody else.
Right. And why is it so important to JD to win? What is
he did win once. He did win. He beat me actually the first year I played.
Doesn't he put an unusual amount of hours into this thing?
First of all, he plays every fantasy sport. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did fantasy sumo wrestling. Like what Matt, he plays it, not just the football. And yes, it
How
means
does he have time for that?
I don't know, but Howard, here's what's amazing.
What else is he doing?
Even more, but working for me 24 hours a day. Why do you? What fantasy beside football are you involved in? Honestly,
well, I'm in about four fantasy baseball leagues.
Are you a fan of Matt Berry's or are you not? You like him? He doesn't irritate you?
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Yeah. Is David Height irritating to you too?
Well, you know, when you see someone with a big binder, it's a little annoying.
Is David Height in danger of becoming another Jerry O'Connell and getting thrown out? No, he takes it seriously.
Well, okay. So let me tell you something. So Jimmy Kimmel's got a league, right? We had heard through the grapevine that Cousin Sal came up with this great idea. The winner of the league on any given year could throw anybody out the next year.
Oh, wow.
I thought this was a great idea. And in fact, there's a story. Tell the story about it.
There's a story that's in the book about 1 year, John Hamm of Mad Men, he's in the league as well, right? And so taping's running long, and they're blowing up his phone. Where are you? Where are you? He's like, I'm coming. Like, let's go. He gets through traffic. I'm like, dude, where are you? So he gets there. He's out of breath. His hair's all messed up. He's clearly made unbelievable efforts to get there, and they're like, you're voted out of the league.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that Cousin Sal, he can really be mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Sal's great.
What goes on in fantasy football? There's some fantasy football leagues that are so crazy that the guy who wins can force one of the other guys to get a shitty tattoo.
Yeah, that's what the book is. The book is like lots of the great stories. So there's a league in Omaha, Nebraska. You can, if you go to YouTube and you look for Tattoo League, you'll see it, right? Yeah, the loser of the league has to get a tattoo chosen by the winner.
So literally, if I win, I could say to a guy, I want you to tattoo your head with a cock on it and cock and balls?
Yeah, their rule is that it can't be on the face and it can't be like racist racist or offensive, but like embarrassing. So the guy that lost last year has a tattoo of Justin Bieber's face.
And it says fantasy loser.
It's fantasy loser.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Hashtag YOLO swag. Like, he's a 25-year-old dude. He's going to be 50, and he's got Justin Bieber's face on his leg. You know, like it's about that big.
I mean, that is fantastic.
Right.
So we talked about.
That would be a great league. Like a guy has to put his wife up. In other words, the winner, the winner gets to pick whatever wife he wants to bang.
So I brought the punishment idea. I brought the punishment idea a couple of years ago, and I said that's a funny idea. So I had the votes, right? And then I think I will wavered a little bit. A couple of guys thought it was too cruel, but JD is very against the punishment. He's finished last 3 years in a row.
He's last place 3 years in a row. Howard, it's actually harder to finish last 3 years in a row than it is to win the league.
JD, why are you so bad at it?
I don't. You know what?
And you put the most time in.
I draft stupidly. I pick people that I think are going to come back, and they don't do shit.
Yeah.
I put in. I vote players, or I pick players too high. I'm just a mess.
So the draft day is the best day for fantasy footballs. When you get together, you put your team together, the whole season's ahead of you.
Wow.
Usually you leave feeling pretty good.
Right.
He is miserable after a draft. I mean, just
Why are you
miserable.
I don't understand.
Because the first two picks are pretty basic. You know, it's like, all right. But then, it's just, I don't know. I just fuck off.
Why are you not getting any enjoyment out of this? Why are you torturing yourself?
Because I want to do well. I want to, succeed at something in life.
He does one of those things, by the way. He's a huge Bengals fan. He's from Cincinnati.
Right.
And he tends to draft a lot of Bengals who don't perform because he likes to watch their team.
No, hold on. I don't draft, Bengals that don't perform unless they're lower.
Howard, you know what he does?
What does he do wrong?
I'll tell you. He overthinks it. I think it's the same thing with women. I think he just overthinks it too much, and he just gets in his own way.
Wow. Is that the trick to fantasy football? Don't overthink it?
Yeah. And in some ways, you just kind of let it come to you. Yeah,
is there one secret you could give everyone on how to win fantasy football?
Patience. Be patient. People tend to panic and they'll bail on a player early on, after 1 week and they don't do it. Generally speaking, players will do what they're supposed to do. You have to have patience.
Go with your gut, and your initial feeling was this guy's going to do well. The first game of the season, don't panic.
Right. Yeah. That's a
Does
basic.
JD panic? Is that his problem?
He does. He does. He overthinks everything.
He'll come into the draft with a rule. For example, there's no way I'm drafting Dustin Keller this year. That'll be his rule, and then he'll break it 10 minutes into the draft.
I stupidly drafted D'Angelo Williams a year after he shit the bed, and he shit the bed again.
Right.
I'm a fucking mess.
You know why Jerry O'Connell probably didn't take it seriously? He married Rebecca Romaine.
Right.
He's
married to a supermodel.
Yeah, right. He doesn't have time to sit there and be doing a draft.
That could be true, or I think we were the 12th week he was in, so the opposite of that might also be true.
He is too much.
Yeah, he got all bitter. I think.
Yes, Chad. Chad, you're on the air in Asheville.
This is a ridiculous conversation.
Why is that?
Well, hey, this guy is supposedly an expert on fantasy football. He wrote a whole fucking book about fantasy football.
Yes.
His advice is don't overthink it. Any thought about fantasy football is overthinking it. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think the book is more about people's experiences with fantasy football. It's anecdotes, this kind of thing, isn't that?
The only thing more boring than fantasy football is listening to a bunch of fat losers who can't play any sport talk about their fantasy football.
Isn't it true that 91% of the people who play fantasy football are white males?
Not that much, but yeah, it's pretty male. It's pretty male,
and pretty white, right?
Fairly white.
Is that because black people are busy playing football and white guys are busy watching?
Yeah, white guys can't play, so they're just having fantasy.
We haven't really done that study. We got to figure that out. Dial down on that.
Very few black fantasy football leagues. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, that's not true.
But no,
can I just talk about one more controversy that's going on in the league this year? Because we might as well have it out right now.
Go ahead.
So we're a 10-person league. That's a pretty good size. That's your regular size.
Okay.
So there's been talk about expanding to a 12-person league.
Right.
Mostly because JD has enlisted a porn star that he's madly in love with to play, but she doesn't really know how to play. But he told me yesterday she's been studying.
She's studying.
But it's not, I don't want to bring someone who's
going to bring a girl in just because you're trying to fuck her?
I'd rather, no. Well, I don't think I'd fuck her, but...
chances are these other guys will fuck
listen,
her.
I'd rather look at her than David Height on draft day, all right?
So, you know what?
Sorry.
Yeah, but you want people to take it seriously.
Right. I know.
You know what?
That too.
Bring her in to put the stickers on the board. Then, if you want to look at her on draft day, we can get models to come in and do it.
It was just an idea, guys.
He wants an excuse.
It's not just an idea because he's already spoken to her and he's got her working on studying to be in the league.
No, she was doing that before. It's just like, Gary, just leave me alone, will you?
But I'm almost.
You know what's going to have Jerry O'Connell end up fucking her, and he's not even in the league anymore.
Listen, we'll stay 10 teams. I don't care.
Right.
It's fine. I'll finally lose again.
All right, exactly.
And there will not be a punishment.
You realize you might lose to a porn star then, right? Do you understand? Can you imagine? Someone who doesn't know what she's doing at all, and JD still finishes last?
Well, it'll be just my fucking luck.
JD, you got a bad attitude.
And that's what his downfall is. He's having a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Are we not, Robin, seeing the fun of fantasy football right now with these guys acting like idiot 2-year-olds?
It's the genesis of why JD and Jared stopped talking to each other.
Oh, is that?
It was over a kicker.
Oh, you guys were fighting over it?
No, listen, he accused me of the kicker was a whole other thing or something.
He accused you of what?
I picked up someone off a waiver wire, and he started accusing me of how I'm not doing work. I'm worried about fantasy football.
Right.
And then then I got pissed off because I don't like my work ethic questioned, and that's how that started.
Oh, that's how it started.
Yeah.
But still, the JD Jared fight on the Stern Show started because of fantasy football.
Fantasy football, yeah. Well, it's a fascinating topic, isn't it? It really is. What?
There's one other thing that Jason just brought up. When we do, the draft is the most fun day of the year. There's a lot of hope, and everybody brings.
By the way, you're all fired if you show up at that draft.
Everybody
Really?
brings their best ball breaking and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there's one guy that does suck the life out of the room, and that's Scott Sale.
Scott's involved in the league?
He's funny because here's what he does. He gets up. His papers are all over the place. He's shuffling through papers, and he gets up and he slowly walks to the board and cracks a joke that nobody laughs at.
Right.
And then he picks a guy who broke his leg 2 days ago.
And his players always get injured or don't succeed like they should.
So he's shitty at that. Too.
Right.
Well, he puts the black cloud curse on them.
Yeah, he drafted Matthew Stafford last year, who had come off an amazing season, and then last year, of course, just had a terrible season.
So you're saying when Scott drafts somebody
right.
they actually do poorly.
Correct.
They have
That
a bad.
That's not true. That's not true.
You did draft Matthew Stafford last year,
well,
right?
He had a bad year, but the other guys I drafted had good years. I mean, listen, I've never come in last. I finished in the top 6 and made the playoffs every year.
Okay.
I think I missed one. I came in second one year. I'm doing pretty good. It's not like I mean, JD can't
Scott.
find his way out of a paper bag.
That's the great thing about it, Howard.
So in other words, you've beaten JD.
Yeah, but I don't do that much work for it, though. I come in with a bunch of papers and I just start picking. That's why I pick injured players because I got to work here.
Right, you're busy working.
I don't waste.
Please, Scott. That's the worst thing ever. Not true.
Why don't you ask Scott how much work he puts into his fantasy baseball league? You think he was a real commissioner of the MLB?
Well, it's all rather depressing to me. I mean, guys, stop wasting your time with this shit and get back to work. The book is called, all right? Now, why do all you guys think that Matthew Berry's wife is too hot for him?
So she's a 10.
She's really pretty.
She's a 10?
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Matthew, how'd you get this stunning-looking woman?
I met her.
You met her?
I met her.
She was impressed with your fantasy football?
No, she doesn't. No, she was not. She was not impressed. You should ask
Your wife
her.
is here with you?
Yes, she is.
Let me take a look at her to see if she's too hot for you. I'll pass judgment
She is,
on the
by the way.
If she's too hot, is there a punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to divorce. Will you be willing to put her up for the league? So you guys. Oh, whoa. Holy mackerel. That's your wife?
This is my wife.
Oh, for
This is my
God's
wife,
sake. She
yeah.
is too hot. You're way too hot for him. What? Don't you think you're too hot for him?
No.
You don't?
There you go, honey. Thank you.
Do you like the fantasy football thing?
No.
You do not. It
No.
bothers you as a wife. And you don't understand it.
I don't understand it. It takes up a lot of time. He's obsessed.
But it's paying the bills.
It's paying the bills.
Yeah,
and he's
come on.
happier. And he's happier.
I'm very
So much
happier.
And the season is 18 weeks, so
Right.
mentally I'm prepared that once football season starts, there's an end. The's a light at the end
Let
of the
me ask you a
tunnel.
question, and everybody wants to know this. It's probably on everyone's mind right now. Would you rather be with Jerry O'Connell for a husband or Matthew as your husband?
I don't know who Jerry is.
You don't know who Jerry is? Oh, my goodness, that's an insult. Trust me, you'd rather be with Jerry.
You know, but we did she played fantasy last year. We did a league with our kids and like their friends and their
You
parents
love
and everything
it.
like
You
that.
love it. It's your life.
Absolutely, I love it. You would love it, Howard.
And if you can't beat him, join him.
Right.
So I did try it.
How'd you do? Did you win?
I was in the middle. I'm competitive, so I started getting like upset.
You started watching the players and studying and all of that.
I wanted to win.
It's only got to be good for the NFL. It gets more people interested in football.
The people that play fantasy watch more NFL games, buy more jerseys, more tickets, like that. I mean, it's a $1 billion industry.
Oh, they're
Howard.
just really stupid, is what you're saying.
Howard, here's the weird part. The players, a lot of NFL players play, and then they tweet about other players who had a shitty day.
Oh, wow.
Like another running back will say, "Hey, man, you fucked up my league this week."
Oh, that's interesting.
Just to give you an idea, Howard, 13% of all Americans played fantasy sports last year. To give you a comparison, 8% of all Americans played golf.
Yes. Now, how much is the most expensive league you're in?
The most expensive league I'm in, I got invited this year to a $10,000 team league. I've heard of a Wall Street league where it's $100,000 to get in.
A buy-in.
A buy-in of $100,000.
So the winner could win $1 million.
Correct.
Oh, my God. How much can you win in the $10,000 league?
Well, there's 12 teams, so 120.
120?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, yeah. So, but
that one you must be taking very seriously.
Yes, but the truth
is... But do you play different players in different leagues? You have to, because sometimes other people get your favorite player.
And the truth is, Howard, I don't play for money. Like, ESPN pays my salary. I'm thrilled with that. Like, I play because it's fun. Like, as we're talking with the Stern Show.
If there was no money involved, would you still play?
Absolutely.
You would?
Absolutely, because it's about the pride and the trash talk, and it's about getting guys tattoos. Like, there's a story in the book about there's a league in the Bronx where they make the loser dress up as a lion,
right?
And they all chase him with paintball guns.
Oh, jeez.
Right. I mean, so it's leagues like that.
Are there any penalties in any of the leagues that you're in presently?
No. But I'm trying to get the guys in here to do one because I think that would be funny.
Yeah.
And do it on the air or whatever. Like, JD's the only one that doesn't want to do it
because he comes in last.
Right. Exactly. Right. But we should outvote him. We should outvote him 9-1.
Well, I got to tell you, I had no idea any of this was going on. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
When Gary suggested you come in here and explain it to me, I said, and he started to tell me what was going on, I got very upset. I didn't like it.
Well, they don't do it during the show, Howard. And I would love it. It would be my dream if you would try this. If you and Beth played together, I know Beth.
I'm not playing, and it drives me crazy that a lot of the guys who play fantasy football around here were not the same guys who stayed home during the hurricane. So there you go. All right, listen. Matthew Berry's book is Fantasy Life. It's in stores now. You can get it if you want to read about. It sounds like a fascinating book.
It's a bestseller. It made the bestseller list.
Personally, I'd rather see a picture of your wife in a bikini, but that's my. You wear bikinis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever photograph yourself and put it up on Twitter?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
No.
Well, I'll follow you. What is your
on Facebook?
On Facebook? I'll friend you. What is your handle?
Beth Berry.
Beth Berry? All right, I'll friend you immediately. For more info, including tour dates, go to fantasylifethebook.com. What do you mean tour dates?
Well, I'm doing book signings, and then I do some fantasy football, advice, people like who to draft and that kind of stuff. So.
Do a lot of fans turn? Do you have a lot of fans that are into this thing?
Yeah,
they'll come out.
I do.
Have you ever? Your wife now? Have you ever sexted Anthony Weiner?
Twice.
Twice. All right. And play fantasy football for free at ESPN.com. Right.
Yes.
That's your employer.
Yes, it is.
And follow Matthew on Twitter at Matthew Berry TMR. What's TMR stand for?
Talented Mr. Roto. It's my little nickname. It's my goofy little nickname, Howard.
That's weird. Yeah. That's a weird nickname.
Is he sexting anybody?
Oh, yes. Yes, he's sexting several of the NFL players.
Right, and Jason Kaplan.
Matthew, a pleasure to meet you. And,
Howard, this is such a thrill. You have no idea what a big fan I am of you.
Thrilled to meet you. Thrilled for you in your fantasy football life. You got out of riding. You're doing what you love, so I'm happy for you. Happy for you, too, and we'll be back.
Was she married to him when he was a writer?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you married the fantasy football Matthew.
I married fantasy football Matthew. We
Wow.
met in Connecticut. He had already moved up from L.A. to Connecticut.
And when you heard that he played fantasy football, did you say, I'm heading for the hills? I'm getting out of this right away?
To be honest with you, I didn't even know what it was. And I thought he did a lot of digital work at ESPN. I think it was our third date I realized that.
Yeah, usually.
His website and
Usually a girl goes, well, I play fantasy football for a living. And, they go, oh, this guy, I got to get
right.
But you know what? But Howard, that used to be the perception, but it's not true anymore. Jay-Z plays fantasy football. Ashton Kutcher plays fantasy football.
So a girl might not understand.
Right, I understand. But there's
Isn't it great you have an unconventional living that you make?
I'm unbelievably blessed. It's amazing. I was 35 and depressed. I had these websites. I was making a good living in Hollywood. I was in therapy, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to chase happiness. I don't care about money. I gave up show business and just...
That's a very good lesson in life. Chase happiness.
I just chased happiness, and everything else ended up following. I just said, I've got these little websites. It's the only things I care about, and I'm going to just try to make a living at this. I don't know if I can, but this is the only thing that makes me happy.
Hey, good for you. Good advice. All right, listen, get the book, Matthew Berry's book, Fantasy Life, in stores now. We'll be back right after these words. Thanks, Matthew.
So, Matthew, you appeared to have piqued Howard's interest in fantasy sports, or at least in fantasy football.
Yeah.
So mission accomplished.
I think so. Look, I think there are a lot of people that thought Howard Stern would never utter the words fantasy football. So the fact that we did a whole segment on fantasy and that he was sort of interested, I think, that was great.
Will Murray, venting some of his frustration with you. Did you have any idea that this was coming down the pike?
Well, I knew Will was going to get angry at me because, that's what Will does. Will gets angry. Yes, he's wrong, you know what I mean? All I did was basically say, hey, can you explain this rule to me? And he got all bent out of shape.
You questioned his leadership, but in a valid way from your perspective.
From my perspective, yeah. I didn't understand the rule. And then there were other people in the league who were like, I don't understand the rule either. I don't understand the rule either. No one understood the rule except for Will. So, I don't know. We eventually changed the rule, and everything's happy now, so.
That sort of speaks to the fact that you were right.
I think so. I think it does. We changed the rule, and now everyone understands it, so.
This rule aside, what are some of your criticisms of Will Murray as commissioner, being a guy who's been in so many leagues and understands the world?
That's my only criticism, because I think Will did a real good job, as commissioner. So, I think he was organized and did a good job, was fair. Just got a little crazy.
And as long as I have you here right now, what's your feelings on Ray Rice? Because I want to pick your brain.
I like Ray Rice is here. I have him as a top 5 guy. I think the concerns of Bernard Pierce are overstated. Okay. You know what I mean? And you look at his usage once Jim Caldwell took over calling the plays. It's fine. In addition to that, losing Dennis Pitta, they're going to have to do something more in terms of sort of the middle of the field. And Rice is such a good pass catcher. I think Rice top 5 back, no question.
So you don't think losing Bolden in the passing attack, the Super Bowl, hangover, none of that?
No.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries.
All right. Good luck with your new book, Matt.
Thank you, man.
Yes. You finally got a chance to out Matthew Berry as the know-it-all that you found him to be over the past couple of seasons. Mm-hmm. Conversely, do you see anything valuable about his advice and his columns, or is this guy all smoke and mirrors?
No, I mean, listen, he's a good writer. There's no doubt that he's a good writer, and I think that's what separated him from other fantasy experts. But at the end of the day, what makes him a fantasy expert more than you and I? We watch the games. We know that, there's a certain criteria, recipe to this. Somebody has a good offensive line, and they're going to have a good running back usually, and there's no kind of consequences to what he says. He can give any advice. I think last year he said Michael Vick should be the number 1 pick in every draft. Michael Vick was awful last year, right?
Right.
So, okay, who cares about that? He can just say whatever he wants. I can give advice to anybody. It doesn't matter if it's shitty or not. I mean, it's based on an event that hasn't happened yet. But to go out there and say that, I have all the answers, and then there's no kind of, like I said, consequence to being wrong. It's just like he comes back on ESPN the next week. It's fine. But again, that's aside the point. I just felt like he came in the league. He was a bit of a bully. He was upset about some of the way the waiver worked, so he wanted to blow the entire thing up and start again. And I just didn't have time for that. I'm busy with work. I got kids at home, the whole thing. So someone else can deal with it. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Who is that someone else going to be?
Jason.
So Jason's going to take
Hippo
over.
boy over there.
Tell anyone for a long time.
The talented Mr. Hippo?
The talented Mr. Hippo. The untalented Hippo.
First of all, I don't want to brag, but I did play. I was on my high school freshman football team. So of all the guys in the league, it's a good possibility I might have the most actual hands-on football experience.
Wow, I did not. I mean,
I don't know what JD's high school football experience was.
I think getting beat up by the football team.
Not sure what Will's was. I don't think he played fan. I think he was too busy dying of cancer in a hospital somewhere.
He has male cheerleader written all over.
Yeah, totally. Steve,
perfect build for it.
You played in high school?
Freshman football, starting wide receiver.
All right. Well, there you go. So Steve gets it. Steve knows. He's been through Hell Week. He understands. Yeah, you know.
When discussing this controversial league over the last few years, there's been, lots of fights.
You want to see me get in a 3-point stance? I'll get in a 3-point stance.
Yes,
all
I
right. This is what everybody wants.
Get out of a 3-point stance.
Well, I didn't say that. We're gonna cut, and it's gonna be a dissolve of me going sit. I was like, let's make it so this. Feet a push, shoulder length apart, knees. Right?
Down
So watch me break. Back off. I'll break out the ball.
Ready? On one. Down two.
Okay. Oh yeah, what was I gonna say about that? You didn't catch when I touched the ground over there.
Oh, my bad.
I was doing the sprints. Anyway,
I was trying to get the reaction.
Anyway, yes. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
You're trying to call your reaction.
So this league has been the source of lots of stress and great stories over the years. Do you think having Matthew here, introducing him to Howard, sort of getting it all out on the table will be almost cathartic for this league, will help you move forward?
No, it'll make it worse because now everybody knows what we've been arguing about behind closed doors. I think it's going to make everyone more hyper aware of what we're doing. But that's, to me, I mean, as a ball buster, that's what fantasy football is for me. I love draft day, love busting balls. I love busting balls. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still out of breath from that. You know,
if you want to take a knee for the rest of this interview, that's totally fine.
It was 1997, the last time I played football. Take a knee. I love, to me, I mean, obviously winning is great, and the season sucks halfway through if your team sucks and you're not going anywhere. But it's the back and forth, it's the bullshitting. And that's why the work league is the most fun, because most of us are here in the office together. So, like, we come and I could be yelling down the hall, like, yo, JD, your team sucked. It's just fun. It's fun stuff.
His giant lips are exhausted. All right, very nice. How about Garnado instead of Sharknado? Gary-nado, where Gary has his trumpet and he lands on you and plays that in your house. All right, Robin, here is a couple of birthday messages put together for you on your sort of birthday. Here we go. David Spade.
Robin, it's David Spade. You can't tell by this nasally voice. And happy birthday. I'm glad you're look really pretty and you're doing good. And my birthday's this month, so I'm going to switch it about me. And you're always funny in the show, and you always are adding something great, and you pay attention. I think that's good.
Robin, David Spade, the star of the hit movie Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2.
Yes.
There you go. Right now, we have a special gift. This is a visitor from south of the border. This is Master.
I missed him.
I know. This is Master Shaman Jose Coloputo. How do you say it, sir? Coloputo? Coloputo.
I never did get his name.
He's from Peru. He was there when you went through your ayahuasca experience, Robin. This is where you took hallucinatory drugs. He does not speak.
It's a tea.
It's a tea, yes, but it's a drug. He doesn't speak English, but he understands it. So we're going to use Elaine to translate his response, who speaks fluent Spanish, right?
Morning.
Good morning. Okay, here we go. All right. So, Jose, what do you remember from meeting Robin and giving her ayahuasca?
Yo me recuerdo que ella quería una visión profunda.
I remember that she wanted a profound vision.
Ella quería ser una persona mejor.
She wanted to be a better person.
Y quería el sacramento de ayahuasca.
And she wanted the sacrament of the ayahuasca.
All right. Now, how much did this cost?
$1,200.
$1,200.
$1,200.
Really?
Right, yeah.
Pero ella quería como descuento.
But she wanted a discount.
Oh, I see.
I better have gotten one.
All right, so she drank the ayahuasca. Am I correct? Sí, yes.
Sí.
Okay. And then what happened?
Le dimos un cubito de plástico.
We gave her a plastic bucket.
Eso fue para que ella vomitaba.
It was so that she would vomit.
Cuando ella vomitaba, eso la ayuda de sacar todas esas cosas malas de adentro.
When she would vomit, it was to get everything out inside of her that was bad.
I can't believe Robin did this. It's unbelievable that she paid $1,200 for this. But go ahead. Then what happened?
I don't remember it being that much.
Go ahead.
Ella hizo eso y para una visión, para que le dijimos que ella haga esto para que se le salga todo eso, esas cosas malas.
We told her to do this so that she could get everything out and have a profound vision.
I see. So she puked it out.
Sí, le dijimos que ella vomite todo.
Total.
Sí, que no,
puke it all out.
Puke it all
que
out.
no lo deje adentro.
Don't leave anything inside.
Right.
Porque si ella se quería curar, ella tenía que dejarlo todo salir.
Because if she really wanted to be healed, she'd have to get it all out.
Oh, good for you. Now, and then the hallucinations start. What was the first thing you noticed when she started to hallucinate?
Ella estaba diciendo cosas extrañas.
She was saying very strange things.
Oh.
Ella dijo una ham hands.
Oh,
Manos de jamón.
Ham hands?
Manos de jamón. Manos de jamón. Manos de jamón.
Manos de jamón. Ham hands.
Manos de jamón.
I see. And she was hallucinating.
Sí, vio espíritus.
She saw spirits.
Y oyó cosas.
And she heard things.
What type of spirits did she see?
Ella vio una cara de un hombre.
She saw the face of a man.
Pero con un espíritu de un hombre, pero la cara de un animal.
The spirit of a man, but the face of an animal.
Sí.
Oh, a spirit of a man and the face of an animal.
¿Cuál animal era?
Lo llamó Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Sí, no entendía.
Over and over again.
Sí.
And he didn't understand that she just kept saying Baba Booey over and over again.
He wouldn't know that. That's a reference on our show. I don't know if you realize that. Baba Booey refers to our show.
Sí, fue extraño.
Face of an animal, like a human.
Sí.
I see.
He said it was very strange.
All right. And then what happened? After she saw this hallucination of an animal with a face, Baba Booey.
So le dijimos que ella vomite.
So he told her to keep vomiting.
Vomited again?
She vomited again.
Keep vomiting.
Right.
Keep vomiting.
Yeah. And when she vomits, what do you do?
Yo lo estaba aguantando a ella para que no se caiga.
He was holding her from behind so she wouldn't fall.
Pero ella ponía me pusía las manos para que aguantaba sus senos.
She would put my hands over her breast to hold her.
To hold her. So you held her from behind while holding up her breast.
Pero fue muy grande para mí.
But
yo soy
her
pequeño.
breasts were too big for him because
this
he's
is getting
small.
a little bit redundant.
You're not very tall. No.
Cinco pies.
So
he's 5 feet tall.
Right. So you handled her breast, but your hands are so small you couldn't even hold them up.
Si no la podía aguantar.
He couldn't hold her up.
Wow. So you held on to them, I see. And were her breasts unusual?
No, fueron grandes, pero a mí es más para aguantarla para que no se caigaba.
He said that they were very big, but for him it was good because she was sturdy. He could hold her up by her breasts.
Okay, all right. Well, okay. So she threw up, and she had a hard time. And then what happened when she stopped throwing up? Was there anything to report there?
No, ella vomitaba y cuando ella se desmayó.
She fainted after she finished vomiting.
Right.
Sí, se desmayó y yo la puse abajo.
He put her on the floor.
Right.
Entonces ella fue extraño que me dio sus panties.
Panties?
He said it was very strange because she gave him her panties.
Oh.
Sí.
I don't remember this.
Yo no entendía por qué.
Well, you were out of it, Robin. That's why
He said that he did not understand why she gave him the panties.
Did you ask her? Was there any explanation?
No, ella se desmayó, pero yo miraba el culito de ella. Que fue bien grande.
She fainted, but he was able to see her beautiful butt that was very large.
Pero había sudor.
But it was sweaty.
Sweaty, well, of course.
Please. Beautiful though, Robin, beautiful.
I was vomiting.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Pero yo me quedé con los panties para olerlo.
He kept the panties so that he could smell them.
You still have those panties?
Stop it.
Sí.
And he still has them.
And you smell the panties?
Sí.
Yes. And
And
you
he
like
smells them.
You like
Muy
it.
rico.
Wow.
Very, very delicious.
Well, Master Shaman, you've told the real story of Robin with her ayahuasca and her horrible hallucination, that face.
Baba Booey.
Poor Robin. But we want to thank you for coming in.
Muchas gracias. Un honor.
It's an honor. An honor to meet you.
An honor to have you.
Mucho frío aquí.
Yes.
It's very cold here.
Oh, I think you said it was very free in this country.
Sí, muy frío.
Very cold. Yes, I know. That's why you're wearing your poncho and hat. And your sombrero, very much like what Gary was wearing when he played the trumpet. Well,
You must have felt at home when you saw it.
Would you like my underwear? You can put it next to Robin's.
Robin's más grande.
Yeah.
Robins are bigger.
You love it. You love her breasts. And boy, every story with you ends up with some guy fondling you.
breasts,
and
Rico.
Very
Beautiful.
delicious.
Delicious. Yes. Well, thank you, Master Shaman. All right, and thank you for Elaine for the beautiful translation.
My pleasure.
Excellent. Very literal. All right, there she is, and there he goes.
My shaman.
Your shaman. What a treat to have him here live. Usually it's on the phone. Good-looking guy. Wow.
Elaine, could you...
Do you want me to translate? Okay.
Elaine, can you help me with a few follow-up questions
Sure.
for Master Shaman? No. Master Shaman, you mentioned you were expelling the ayahuasca through vomit, but was there anything else coming from her other end?
Había un olorcito.
A little smell.
Su culo bien grande, so había un olorcito.
Her very large butt produced a very strong smell.
Ah, I see, sir. Also, when you were grabbing a hold of her breasts, did you note that she has large areolas? That's been said about her previously.
Sí, eran bien grandes los senos de ella.
They were very large.
Como platos.
Like plates.
Wow. I was going to go with silver dollars, but that's a whole nother level. Okay, thank you. And my final question, was this the most erotic of all of your ayahuasca moments?
En mi país no hay muchas mujeres que son bien bonitas así.
In his country, there are not women as beautiful as Robin.
So cuando yo la vi, eso me cambió la vida.
So when he saw her, it changed his life.
Sí, quiero mudarme aquí a los Estados Unidos.
He wants to move here to the United States to be closer to her.
So this experience moved you almost as much as it did Robin herself.
Sí, fue una experiencia.
Very important experience. Profound.
Master Shaman, thank you so much for sharing your story today. And thank you, Elaine.
My pleasure.
Senor Dell'Abate.
Sí.
Talk to us for a brief moment, if you will, about all the prep work and sort of how this whole Robin surprise birthday thing came together.
You know, this has been going on. I think we had this idea in March, but John Hines really produced the segment. I mean, he ran everything by me, but, you know, came up with some ideas, ran it by Howard. Howard liked him, brought him to the writers' meeting. The writers wrote the scripts. John had some of them produced. A lot of work involved for Robin's birthday show.
Is it difficult to navigate a segment like this? Because, you know, we haven't seen Robin in a little bit. You know, she's the only, major female player around here. How far is too far and how much is too much?
Hard to know until you do it.
Listen, your trumpet playing wasn't at its peak form today, but your effort was.
See.
Much appreciated.
So.
Hey, Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staffers, whack backers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, my guest today rose to fame on Saturday Night Live, where his Joe Pesci and Goat Boy characters were instant classics. Stoners around the world love him from the film Half-Baked, and Stern fans really love him for his impressions of everyone from his family members to Judas Priest and Metallica. He is an author, a comic, a radio host, and he's the star of a documentary that focuses on the special relationship he has with his dad. Now, recently, he's left the party scene to focus on being a great husband and father, and he is still wiping the shit from his dad's ass. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Brewer.
Why, hello, sir.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us on Fine Time today.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. We had a ton of audience questions, so I'm
All
gonna jump in here.
All right.
We've got one from Michael A. Michael asks, would you work on The Stern Show if they made you an offer?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely would. I think that'd be a huge honor, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
If it made sense, and yeah, definitely. In the past, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But a lot of people bring it up to me, or they ask, but I'd have to say the honest answer would be yes.
So maybe that's the next step in your career.
Who knows?
I hope so.
Who knows?
Question from Jason C. Jason asks, if this is what you look and act like sober, what are you like when you're actually high?
Well, those days are gone.
Okay.
But when I used to, I was my eyes are really red.
Yeah.
My eyes drip down even more, and I'd laugh a little too much and get a little too into my conversation. I'd usually go far out there in the conspiracy world, and then it would always end with paranoia of some type. always end with paranoia.
Has it been a long time since you've
It's been years.
Okay.
It's been years.
Question from David S. David asks, where did you get your metal singing voice, and have you ever been in a band?
I started in high school, and really, it was imitating. All I did was imitate. I would imitate all the bands I was into. So that's where I kind of learned to sing. I took some singing lessons from friends, and then band-wise, I started fronting a band, but we mixed stand-up comedy with musical hooks. So, and I did that in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I just started doing it again. So technically, I sing, but not to the point where like, oh my gosh, he's singing now? It's just a hook, and then talk and do the stand-up.
But you treat music like an impression almost, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's the only, like I almost feel uncomfortable if I'm just singing.
Yeah.
But if you give me an impression or a voice to work off of, I have more confidence with it.
Cool. Question from Paul M. Paul asks, is there anything you would do differently now if you were back on SNL that you didn't do before?
Oh, God. Yes, I would be more, I wouldn't take everything so personally. I took so many things so personally. I would take the writers personally if I thought they were throwing my jokes out or writing or criticize something while I wasn't there. I just took so many things personal. I wouldn't do that again, and I probably would have been there for at least 5 more years, at least, or at least wanted to be.
Question from Deborah C. Deborah asks, what is your favorite and your least favorite impression to perform?
I love any rock impressions. I like them more. My least favorite is, the Pesci one's old to me.
You're just tired of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost hacky.
Oh, hey, where's my assistant? Hey, give me a cup of coffee. How long I gotta fucking wait here? I mean, come on.
I can't want to do them anymore.
Got it.
Tracy Morgan, I'm getting tired of.
Love what you brewers. People busy, man. I got children's. And I'm alive, man. I can work with Alec Baldwin's.
But even the impressions, like I only do the people I really like. I don't sit there and study people. I only imitate everything I'm really into and I like.
Got
so,
it.
I don't know.
Question from Patrick S. Patrick asks, has Tracy Morgan gotten in touch with you since you put it out there that he was kind of an ass to you?
He wasn't an ass to me. He just blew my show off 3 or 4 times in a row.
Right.
And knowing him for as long as I did, I would have expected either a personal, hey, sorry I couldn't make it, but to like book himself on the show, me go, all right, this is 20 minutes to fill, this is 40 minutes to fill, and then just not show up. It was fine. First time. Second time was weird. Like, why go to the point of saying, I'm coming on? If you don't want to come on, just don't come on.
Right.
Or deny it. No, I don't want to. So that was the only, but I also know Tracy. That's sort of who he is and what he does.
Yeah.
Who knows? He might be in a position where they go, hey, really, why don't you do this? And he'll go, all right, yes, I'll do it. And then when it comes that moment, he's like, man, I don't want to do this. And then he doesn't do it. So I get that side too, but no, he hasn't reached out.
So have you talked to him since you talked about this experience? You haven't run into him? Or
No.
Okay, think it'll be weird?
But if I did, no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Me and him would never have weirdness. And that's the thing, like, I don't have any weirdness towards him, but I did want him to know, like, hey, you could have just said, sorry, man, I flaked. I get it. I flaked too. We all flake. Don't book yourself and then just not show up multiple times. That's the only weird.
That's weird. Matt H. asks, are you happy with the way that Family Life has changed your act on stage?
No. Am I happy?
Yes.
Love it.
Okay.
I don't think I've been better my entire life or better career. I've never been better. Ever. This is the most confident I've been, the hardest I crush, the best material I've ever had, and it's just formulating into all these different avenues. This is the best ever. Thank God I have that family to push out there.
And does it ever cross the line with your family? Or are they ever?
No.
They're cool with whatever you say?
Yeah, they're fine.
That's good. Question from Joseph M. Will there ever be a Half-Baked 2, please, with 100 E's?
That'd have to be a Dave Chappelle. That's his baby. And if there was, I honestly think the only reason to do it would have to be because it makes sense to do it, not just because the fans want it or whatever. And I think as clever as Chappelle is, the best way to do that is when we're older, because then it's ridiculous. Because to this day, there's never been a movie where the older guys are the half-baked guys. So to me, it's
funny.
when we're all growing up and we have to come out of whatever environment. Like to me, my character, I always thought it'd be hilarious. I grew up, I became a stockbroker or insurance or very successful white-collar guy, and now I'm coming back out of this world for whatever reason. That would be funny.
That would be very
But just
funny.
to do half-baked for the sense of half-baked, that would ruin what half-baked is now.
So maybe someday.
Maybe.
Question from Dave C. Dave asks, tell us something about yourself that people would be surprised to know about you that you have not disclosed to Howard.
Maybe I'm deeper in faith than he realizes. Maybe.
A religious guy?
Not religious.
Okay.
I don't. Religious is you go to a Catholic church, blah, blah. A deep spirituality that keeps away. That there's I believe in a different layer of spirituality than what most people probably think of.
Does your work ever feel like it's in conflict with that to you?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while. Once in a while, I turn my back to it and I go, all right, I'll just do this.
Have you ever turned anything down because of your spirituality?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of jobs, plenty of sponsorships, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Question from John K. John asks, are there any impressions you've wanted to do but you just can't seem to nail it?
No.
Nothing. You put your mind to it, you got it.
Yeah, I put my and there's not if I really want to do the guy, I'm gonna get him. If I really want to do them, I'm gonna get it because that's how it works for me. If there's something about, I would love to be able to do Stern.
Do you have you tried before?
Not even close. I never tried it.
This is a great opportunity on Fine Time to
I only
work
do it when it's nailed.
Gotcha. There's none in progress. You can show us a sneak peek of it.
I never even tried it, so I couldn't even go there.
All right. I'll let you off the hook. I want to thank Jim for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted. Keep sending your questions in. You can tweet them, you can Facebook them, you can even send a video submission and be a part of the show. And remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Did you have a fine time, Jim?
I had a fine time, and there's really no better fans in the world.
That's so true.
They come out in huge numbers to see me. Thanks to Howard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Why are you calling Will a liar?
Because he lied about me on the show today.
What did he lie about?
The cupcakes.
Not the Cheetos and the Pepsi?
So listen, sometimes if I don't eat breakfast usually, but if I'm hungry.
Sometimes you don't eat breakfast usually.
Sometimes I don't eat breakfast.
Okay.
Okay? And if for some reason a certain day I feel like it, I will go to the vending machine and I will get chips because I'm not going to eat a Hershey chocolate bar.
Why? Why are Doritos better than a Hershey bar?
Well, I don't know.
They're both.
Something tells me I thought the chips would be healthier.
Well, they're both not good. But are you saying that you don't eat any when the crumb stuff comes on Wednesday? You don't eat any of it?
I'm not saying I never have.
Then Will's not a liar.
Oh no. Okay. He said I've gone there with 2 or 3. He said I carried a box. He's being an asshole.
Well, the box he was kidding about, but he said he said
I'm not eating.
You were down on him like Tic Tacs.
No. Okay. Because he's being fucking jokester Will. No. If I have one,
does jokester Will get under your skin?
Yes, he does. Yes.
Have you told him this? Have you told him this in a serious way? Not like play along, oh, you're breaking my balls. Like really, it's getting on my nerves.
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Well, you think that people would nobody does that here.
Well, I want to know if he actually tried to do that.
Listen, there's no way to do that with anyone around here. You just gotta take it.
It's like it would be like walking into the 7th grade and telling the guy who mocks you all day, "Hey, you're hurting my feelings."
It's like Ian Poulter yesterday tweeting that thing.
Excellent analogy.
You can't do that.
So does it hurt when Gary's flashing pictures in there and Howard's talking about how heavy you are and how you don't care about your life? And
can I start by saying I did feel bad about doing that, but when I walked in this morning and I saw those pictures on the wall. And I saw that one picture, I said, holy crap, I knew you were thinner when you started working for us, but I realized that picture was taken here. So you got heavier here.
Listen, after I got done with the meds, something happened. I don't know if that was it or my body somehow changed all of a sudden.
Yeah, you turned 30.
Whatever, yeah.
No, but shit happens.
Gary, I know.
Well, also his hair is longer. He's not shaven. He looks different than he does in those photos.
But you can
regardless of the weight.
I've been playing around with a few looks, yes. A few styles.
You've been trying out.
Do what I can.
As Howard would say, why don't you play with thin for a while? See how that goes.
All right, well, you know what? I would if I had the discipline to do it.
Who here is thin enough for Howard besides Howard?
Will.
Fred?
Will.
Yeah.
Steve Brandano.
Probably Brandano, yeah.
Joe in Mount Pleasant, you're on the wrap-up show. Hi, Joe.
Oh, hey, John, Gary. Hey, you guys think Howard's a little underweight for his height?
How much does he say he weighs?
He didn't,
I think he says he went around the 190 some area.
Yeah, that's thin.
He declared himself thin today.
Yes, I mean,
which he rarely does.
Right. You don't see guys in the NBA. They don't say 6'5", 190.
But even when Howard's in good shape, he thinks he's fat.
Right.
He's got that mentality. We've discussed that before.
Yeah.
And as a result, we're all fat. You were offended that he called you fat today.
I've definitely put back some weight. I definitely need to lose some weight. He's right. It's about 15 pounds. But that's, he makes it sound like, here's the thing. You realize when you walk out of these doors that you're a little overweight, but he makes you feel like you're the fattest person in the world.
And these people hear it over the air. That's how they see you as.
But how often do you meet people who hear you on the show and the first thing they say to you is, wow, you're not as fat as Howard says you are.
It would happen all the time at the certain events. Like as I say, at the block parties, it would happen. And yeah. So there's that.
But see, the thing with JD is, if you saw JD's not fat, but JD's just so much heavier than the way we met him. So to us, it makes a big difference. But you're right. I wouldn't I look at JD and say JD needs to lose some weight, but I wouldn't say, he's like big and fat. But you do look a lot different than the guy we met.
I am well aware. I'm well aware.
By the way, the other thing I get, which is not an insult in any way, shape, or form, is, oh my God, your teeth are not as big as Howard says.
Yeah. And sometimes I get you see, you're talking fine. You're talking fine. Well, yeah, I'm having a one-on-one conversation with you.
And you're hot and I want to bang you?
Well, something like that. Well, sometimes it's a guy.
Ronnie. What are you doing?
He's tweeting.
No, I'm not. I'm answering a text message.
Do you want me to wait and let me know when I can talk to you?
I don't want to be
distracted.
Work-related?
Yes. Ronnie, a lot of people are accusing you of getting that tattoo for yourself, not really for your girlfriend, and then saying, oh, okay, I threw the C on there just to make it sort of for her, but it really was for you. You wanted that Superman logo.
No, I like the logo, and it served two purposes, okay?
That C is very, very tiny, though. Would you agree?
Well, that's the whole idea. Why would I put this big, giant C in a logo that I like? But it has the same meaning, just a smaller version.
Why not get her name tattooed or something else that's more
stupid? I'm not putting somebody's name
Why?
on me.
Why is it stupid?
I put my dog's name on me. That's it.
So it was stupid when you did that?
No.
Way smarter, by the way.
You realize,
much smarter.
You realize that most women would be insulted by the idea that you're willing to put your dog's name on your body, but not their name.
Carrie,
I
did this for her. She knows that, okay?
Did she ask for you to get that?
We were talking about doing something for each other, okay?
Did she get a tattoo for you?
No, not yet. I don't know if she's going to.
Okay.
But we had talked about it. And I decided this is what I wanted to do. I like the logo. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Why does it fucking bother everybody so much? That's what I want to know.
It doesn't bother
No, it
people.
does bother people.
No, we're just curious.
It bothers Howard to no end.
We're curious to your mindset. That's
Jeez,
all.
I guess my mind is fucked up according to everybody around.
Nobody said that.
I'm saying it.
What bothered?
I'm saying it because you guys, the way you're acting.
I haven't said anything. I haven't really weighed in on this at all.
What seemed to bother Howard is that you're not a Superman, like a real Superman fan.
I like Superman. I grew up with Superman. I watched George Reeves. I watched it till he dropped dead. You know, what do you want from me?
You didn't even know what his,
I don't have to be an expert. I like the TV
expert. You didn't know what kryptonite was.
I know what it is.
That's not what you said on the air when you were quizzed.
Look, Will, go worry about whatever you got to worry about. Don't worry about me.
Now,
okay?
do you think
that's what he's worried about?
Don't worry about me.
Can't help it.
Please don't.
Is the tattoo in lieu of an engagement ring or something else?
No.
Does it help? Okay, it's not in lieu.
But when I did it, it was like I gave her a 10-carat ring. So okay, she was so excited when I came home.
Would you think subliminally it helps put that discussion off a little bit?
No, because we've had this discussion. We've had the discussion.
I heard she has it, and you just listen.
Yeah, okay. No, I answered. I had comments.
What tattoo would you like her to get for you?
I have no clue. She'll do whatever she wants.
Doesn't bother you?
No.
And do you expect to see like a little M on the bottom of it, like you did with yours?
I don't know what she's going to do.
She should get a shark eating a dolphin. Or a shark eating a baby. Is that what he has?
No. I got a shark with bones coming out of its mouth. It's no baby's head. Like everybody, he's always saying there's a baby's head. There's no baby's head.
Why did the security team run the other way at
Nobody
AGT?
ran at all.
I'm telling you, that's what Howard said.
I know what Howard said.
So you were in on this prank?
I wasn't in on the prank.
You were aware of the prank?
No, I was not aware of the prank. I was aware 3 hours ahead of time that Howie Mandel came in with a rubber snake to the building. I didn't know what he was going to do with it.
Is that like something that you guys whisper that in your sleeve, or someone just mentions it to you?
No, we saw it. We were standing right there. He was making a whole scene outside the building when he was coming in.
So why not?
And they have that on camera. So if you guys want to see it, ask AGT to show us.
So why not let Howard know that Howie's got a rubber snake and maybe up to something?
Why would I tell him that? I have no idea what he was doing. What he could have brought it for somebody's kid. It was in a bag.
Aren't you hired to protect Howard
from a rubber snake?
Well, who knows?
Gary,
at least give him a heads up.
Gary, would you have made Howard aware?
Yeah. Will, you were going to...
I'd be very honest.
You are so full of shit.
What?
Look at you. You're laughing your ass off already because you know it's stupid.
I would have done...
I'm going to go, Howard. Guess what? Howie brought a rubber snake into the building.
This is how you do it. This is how I really would have done it. You would seem foolish if you said, Howard, as your head of security, I want to let you know that Howie Mandel has a rubber snake. That's foolish. Mm-hmm. However... in your conversation with Howard, you could say, it's the weirdest thing. Howie was out front with this rubber snake. I don't know what he's got planned for, but it was weird. He was shooting the whole thing with it.
Why not do something like that?
Why do I have to say? I'm not supposed to be involved in anything. Remember last year I was involved in too many things.
No, you're involved with protecting Howard.
From a rubber snake?
He doesn't want to be pranked.
Ronnie's too busy with his own pranks.
But he wasn't pranking anybody. He was pranking everyone, not just Howard. But I didn't have anything to do with it and knew nothing about it.
So it's okay if you prank everyone, if Howard's included?
John, please, give me a break.
Why was everyone so curious about this car that you got?
I don't know either. That's another thing.
You got a car?
Yeah, I got a car.
When did you get it?
2 weeks ago.
And what is it?
3 weeks ago, actually.
And what is it?
It's a Dodge Charger SRT8.
Year? Brand new?
13, yeah, 13.
Yeah, I caught that in the middle. What was King of All Blacks, what was his complaint? That you got a used car?
No, it's a car. He's claiming that in 2015 they're changing the body style. How he knows that, I don't know.
He went on futurecars.com.
Yeah, well, good for him.
But the point is that you're always going to be chasing something.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it right now.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How many cars do you have?
I got that in the pace car.
That's it?
Oh, no truck?
I got rid of the truck for the Dodge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does they go really fast?
Does it really go fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll pin your head against the seat. 470 horsepower.
So where do you take it out?
I drive it. It's my car.
But where can
you can't drive that fast locally.
Where can you take it out to open it up? You go Sunday mornings, like down on the Meadowbrook Parkway, that kind of thing?
Yeah, out by Jones Beach Highway. Yeah, I take the pace car out there, too.
That's what a lot of people do. Sunday mornings.
Yeah, early, 6 o'clock.
Not in the summer, by the way.
Gary,
I go in the summer.
You wanted to chime in when the new Jay-Z song on the top 5 started because you're having, I wouldn't say issues with your youngest son.
I set him straight. He's like, no, it's fine. It's cool. I talked to the guys. You can use the N-word. I'm like, no, you can't.
So is he not going to use it, you think?
I found a lot of disturbing things out on this vacation, but one of them was that he claims that they call him the something N-word. Like, that's their thing. He's like, no, it's cool. Yeah, I said, don't do it. Just because those guys say it's okay, does it make it okay? You should be using that word anyway, and just stop it.
Who is them? More white kids, or there are some black kids?
No, there's some black kids. So the black kids have let him, they call him, like, I don't know if they call him the albino N-word or whatever, because he's like really blonde.
The black kid in Greenwich.
Right.
What were you going to say, Steve?
No, that's what I wanted to know, because
gonna...
it makes a difference. I mean, if your white friends are telling you, it doesn't matter.
Well, like when you see Jason singing these songs, and I don't know if he actually uses the N-word.
He does, but I think he thinks he's being funny. I think he's just in the sense of like, I'm a white guy and I'm singing what a black guy wrote, and I'm just being true to the lyrics. I think that's his sort of inside joke. But why shouldn't you be able to sing a song? In other words, if I want to sing Blurred Lines, why can I not sing Magna Carta, what's it called? Magna Carta something or other?
Holy Grail.
Holy Grail. Why can't I sing that song as it was written? Why?
Because the N-word's in it and you shouldn't be saying it.
But that's how the song is written.
But you're not the guy singing it. I understand what you're saying.
When you write songs, isn't the point of writing a song to touch people and to move them and to get them to sing along?
Yes, and if you feel comfortable singing that, you should go for it. We'll clap along. Go for it.
I'll play a devil's advocate, but I'm not singing that out loud.
I don't know. Will, what do you think? Is Jason, does he sing the songs verbatim, or does he...
Who are we talking about, Jason Kaplan?
Yeah. Big Kanye,
Oh, no,
Jay-Z
he has a big
fan.
issue with the N-word.
Yeah, I've never heard Jason.
He claimed
I'm
the other
asking,
day,
I don't know.
and we were having an argument in the back office, that he claimed that if he owned a business and he heard 2 black guys using the N-word in the business in the kitchen, he would tell them to stop.
He would.
I don't believe that for
Good
one
luck with
second.
that.
Exactly.
Can we get tickets for that?
Were you waiting outside?
What? No, I heard you guys say whether I sing the N-word in this
Do
song.
you? Like you're a big Jay-Z fan. In that song, when you're singing along, what do you do?
I change it to homies.
What?
Homies, yeah. Because I don't like saying N-word, and it screws up the song when you're wrapping it around.
In a lot of ways, homies is way more offensive.
That might be more racist than saying the N-word.
It might be. I can't. I have a...
Why not say coloreds?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I can't. I don't like saying the N-word. Like, my wife listens to the same music I do, if not more, and she'll just say the word when she's singing along with it. And she
just shouts it, man.
Yeah. And I tell her, I'm like, oh no, that makes me uncomfortable. So she'll just do it more.
But I think this whole thing is sort of a bit of a rite of passage, because we talked about this on the air. I went through this with my older son. That song, Nelly's song, Country Grammar.
Gary, you've already lost the battle. Your kid's on Xbox? He used to play online?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's heard the N-word every single imaginable way you can hear it.
There's hearing it is not the issue.
Right.
Knowing not to say it again is the issue. But that's on Country Grammar. There's a line, and we played it on the air, where he uses the N-word about 17 times in a row. And I said to Howard, we even had somebody on, it might have even been D.L. Hughley, and we said, like, is it okay to say this? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, is it okay for Gary's son to say it? He's like, no.
Where do you come down on all this?
I stay out of it. That's not my deal. I don't want to be in the middle of that shit.
So you have no opinion?
Listen, the guy didn't fight for the union for nothing, right?
You know? I mean, what's his name? Angry Black put up a thing the other day on Twitter, and he put something about he got his 24-year-old girlfriend to squirt, and I said, great deal, dude. And he goes, he wrote me back, my nigga. Well, what does that mean? That because I'm on his team now?
Yes.
What did you think it meant?
You're a team.
Well, that's what I thought it meant. But I'm not. I didn't. I said, cool it down, dude, with that. You know.
Paul in Ohio, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, got a perfect word for you to use for your drops when you're listening to your rap song. Just use the word ninja. It fits in. Try any song you know and throw that line in. It works perfectly.
Jason, have you and your wife tried using the word ninja instead of the N-word? Would you feel more comfortable with that?
No, but I'll try it. I probably feel more comfortable with any other word. I don't know. I can't.
What are you afraid of?
No, I don't. I'll tell you.
Are you afraid of getting like punched in the head?
No, it just sounds like such a horrible. I don't know. I just can't think of a worse thing to say.
It is a horrible thing.
If you're alone in your car listening to the song You're telling me that you're going to say homies or something else, or are you just going to sing it as is?
I usually, or I'll just like drown out.
But if it's such a horrible word, then why did Jay-Z put in the song 72 times?
Because it's so confusing. I don't know. I don't know. It's a horrible word, but then some people, especially people who would be called that word, can use it and use it in a way that makes it seem cool and awesome, and they're selling it. But then if I say it, it's horrible and mean, and I don't know. The whole thing is just very confusing, so I err on the side of just stay the fuck away from it.
Yeah, but when
just
you say it's so horrible,
as possible.
you say, oh, I can't say it because it's so horrible, but you'll listen to it 1,000 times in the song.
It's art, man. It's art.
So why don't you turn it off?
It's art.
If it
I like
offends
the
you so
songs.
much.
It doesn't offend me in the sense that, like, I don't know. It doesn't offend me if I hear it in a song used by a black person. I don't know. It doesn't offend me in the same way. But coming out of my mouth or coming out of somebody else's mouth, like if Gary just dropped it in casual conversation, it would be, it would be like being hit over the head with a mallet.
So what did you do at the Kanye show? Were you singing along, or were you just nodding your head?
First of all, I could barely rap along to rap. Like it's very fast, and I don't have that. I'm not making a claim of being John Lieberman over here. I can't exactly spit out the rhymes. But I just don't say it. I don't know what to tell you. I try my best when singing along with the songs not to say it. Has it ever happened? I don't. I mean, I can't say I've never. I certainly can't say I've never said the word in my life. But I don't know.
But you're offended by the word because you said when we had that argument in the back office that if you saw two black employees using the word at your restaurant, you would tell them stop.
I said yes.
Well, how did you use the word? You said you've used it.
They were talking about Paula Deen and Paula. Oh, have I used it?
Yeah,
I don't probably singing along with a rap lyric. I mean, I haven't used it like in conversation. I'm just saying I can't say.
I was just
like Paul Dean up here on the stand.
I was looking up something online because I wanted to make sure it was true. I heard Maya Angelou talking about how she met Tupac on the set of Poetic Justice, and how he was using all these words, and she took him to the side and gave him a talking to, and he started to cry. She gave it, but
he wanted her to stop. He was bored out of his mind.
But I do think there's an age thing too. I think that like the younger black guys think like, hey man, I can do what I want because they may not have gone through the same struggle, and the older people are sort of like, this is bullshit, man. We went through the civil rights movement, like but don't use that word.
I do think it's bullshit and hypocritical for people, and I'm not saying that Jay-Z does this, but people like Jay-Z and Kanye who use the word in their music, if they were able to get offended by somebody else using that word, especially in an entertaining context. It's one thing to go up to a guy and say, hey, fuck you, say the word. But if it's just some kid, rap or just using it as part of his lingo, then they have to bear some responsibility in keeping that word out there and cool.
Now, you're Jewish. Do you ever use offensive words like because you're Jewish and talk about other Jewish people, and you can because you are?
Yeah. I mean, I again, I don't think there's anything as offensive as that word for Jews. But yeah, I mean, like, I'll sit there. What?
There is.
What? Kite?
Maki.
I've never heard that in my life.
You never heard Maki?
Maki?
Yeah.
No, never.
But you never hear anyone throwing around the word kike.
Right.
Without it being derogatory.
Right, but I will say that I'm very
You haven't heard a song
I'm
with
very cavalier in using the word Jew, let's say.
Right.
And if I heard somebody else using the word Jew like that wasn't Jewish, I would
Well, what's wrong with using the word Jew? It depends on how you use it.
Right. It's how you use it. Like if I go, that's a very Jew thing to do. I don't know
that's
for
different.
Exactly. But it's not right to me either. If I was going to put out a song that's a Jew, and then somebody else started using Jew, I guess I couldn't really say much about it.
Like my father used to refer to there were Italians that he hated, and he used to refer to them as greaseballs. The greaseballs were the Italians that embarrassed all the other Italians. But I think that, somebody else called, if somebody would have said to my father, hey, your uncle's a greaseball, he'd get pissed.
What about Ginzo? Is that
No, Guido.
No, there was also Ginzo.
Ginzo was one.
Well, really old racist terms.
What's Ginzo? Even I don't know.
What is Maki? I don't know what that is
Ginzo's an old Italian, he's a fucking Ginzo.
I've heard Maki before. I've never heard Ginzo.
But what does it mean?
Maki's like it's an anti-Semitic slur.
Yeah.
For what, fish? Or?
I don't know where it came from.
I don't know where it came from either, but I hear it a lot of times.
Matt in New Orleans, you're on the wrap-up show.
Maki.
Hey now.
Hey, Matt.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
I think everyone's being a little too sensitive about the word. I mean, the word shouldn't be said by anyone. I'm from the deep South, man. I mean, I've grown up with that word my entire life on both sides, black and white. I mean, the rappers that call themselves that and use it in their music, I mean, I don't see anything wrong in saying it, but I just think everybody's being way too sensitive about the word. I mean, you're breaking it down to like Niggaz compared to Nigger. It's like 2 or 3 letters that people are freaking out over. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Well, Matt,
shouldn't be said.
Matt, do you think Jason has the right to break up the argument between his 2 employees who may be using it with one
that's
another?
not what I said.
Yes,
by
it
the way.
is.
No, I did not say that. I said if people, we were talking about Paula Deen, and she said that, oh, well, my chefs use it all, my cooks in the back use it all the time. And guess what? Everyone has to be comfortable at work. Every employee. So if I walked back into work and there were 2 employees, black employees or white employees that were using that word a lot and loudly and in a way that was offending other people, then yeah, that's not at work. There's language you use at work and there's language you don't use at work.
Well, Jason runs a tight ship. Thanks for calling, Matt.
Ship.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we had Sal come by following his dance and love with Tan Mom. And you'll find out that he really does like Tan Mom. Tan Mom really does like him. And Sal has some ideas on the best way to work that relationship. Over to Tan Mom, who came in first today, and she was sober and definitely not all over the place in some ways, but in some ways she'll always be all over the place because that's her personality. Like with the song, which was awful, everybody thought. But Sal came in and I really thought delivered big time because he's a funny guy, yes, but also Sal's not putting it on or anything. He is genuinely 100% into this woman.
It starts in such a weird way. Sal comes to my office at 6:30 in the morning and says, "Can I dance nude for Tan Mom?" So, of course, I got to run it by Howard, and you'll make sure that's okay.
One big surprise, by the way, Richard Christie not a part of this. And usually if somebody is naked in the studio, it's going to be Richard, or Richard will be involved somehow. Yet he let Sal go all on his own.
Don't we agree this is Sal's thing, that Richard would muddy the waters?
But I could see Richard dancing behind Sal. You know what I mean? Kind of adding to the flavor of the segment.
I think the joke is that there's a one-on-one relationship going on between Sal and Tan Mom. Sal, I do have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Your first joke went over like a lead balloon, which was you pulled down your pants and your penis was ridiculously dark and you had a blonde wig on it.
I thought you almost were going to get kicked out there.
Yeah, the visual was horrible. Richard and I thought it was hilarious. It was a tribute to her. It was a blonde wig over my cock, and I painted it brown, so it was tan cock.
Oh, that was painted?
Yeah, it was painted.
But I have to say, you recovered nicely, and you were a hit today.
Thanks. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to contribute and make it interesting.
Do you feel outside of the bit we're doing on the show a weird connection or chemistry with her, because she seems to have it with you?
The crazy thing is that I think I like her a little bit more, as we say in Italian, changata, you know what I mean? A little more beat to shit. I like, she's putting herself together. She's sober. Not so good. The honeymoon phase is over. She's kind of like, she's taking herself a little bit too seriously.
God, give me your really honest answer on this. If you were not married,
I'd give it to her.
Would you go out with her on a date?
Yeah, to a bar. Not spend a lot of money, get right down to business, shots, bullshit, laughter.
But you'd have sex with her?
Oh, sure.
I said before, I don't think you'd have to deal with dinner or anything like that. I think she's into you.
That's great. I mean, I'm flattered, but, I'm married. I can't do anything about it. But you have to admit, those nice, she has great, long, sleek legs. She had those cute little tight white shorts on. Nice bosom. Very well put together. Too confident now.
I had the weirdest thought today when I was looking at Sal and Tan Mom. I don't know why. I said if Sal were Benji, Tan Mom would be at our Christmas party this year.
Right. I think you're absolutely right. But, it's just nice to be, like I said, in a situation where you can interact with someone that you have the hots for and you really don't cross the line.
So if she was a little more damaged, so to speak, that would appeal to you.
It's funner.
Why?
It's just funner in the bedroom. You could pull a few more stunts in the bedroom that way. There's no intimidation factor. With a hot chick, you have to be very careful. With what you say and what you do and how you present yourself. With someone like that, what's the worst case scenario? You ask her if you can pee in her butthole. She says no and gets pissed and walks out the door. It's still kind of funny. Nothing gained, nothing lost.
So what do you do? Like put a couple of drinks in her. You know what I mean? Like if you want to loosen her up a little bit, what's the plan?
That's what you do. You go to a bar, you bullshit them a little bit, you put a few drinks down their gullet, and before you know it, they're all swoozy. You bring them take them to a nice motel or whatever it may be, and you just go to town. You go nuts.
You know what I'm laughing at, right?
What?
I thought it was nothing ventured, nothing lost. He said nothing gained, nothing lost.
Yeah, I think that's the term.
Is that right?
Nothing. I thought it was nothing ventured, nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have better
missed
terms
that.
than me.
Yeah.
What I could say.
Tomato. You know, a lot of the guys in the back were saying that Tan Mom does look like a haggard version of Sal's wife. Like that. That's not a put down of Sal's wife.
No, not at all.
But it
Sal's
explains.
wife's gorgeous.
It explains a lot because Tan Mom is the dirty version for him to do the things that he wants to do with his wife.
Yeah, that's a great point. Is that how you see her, as sort of the dirty version, banged up version of your wife?
Perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. I just have a fetish for that. I like old women, and I like trailer. I'm not implying she's trailer park trash, but lately I go to a lot of trailer park trash porn sites.
Is there an actual site called Trailer Park?
Yeah. There's quite a few of them. It's
Really?
great. As soon as I go to Tube Galore, I type in trailer park, and there's some great ones, real great amateur ones. I mean, they're banging in these tiny campers that they could barely move in. Usually the guy is fat and ugly, and I don't know why, but I identify with that. It seems more realistic. Like when a woman's banging a studly-looking guy, like a UFC body, it kind of disappoints me. But when you see a fat guy and he's got, a saggy ass, like, you know what? This is legitimate. She's willing to fuck this disaster of a man. I have a legitimate shot. She's going the distance. I applaud these women.
Every time you come in here, you have a new site. Not necessarily a site, but a new
fetish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still with the old women. I'm still doing that, but I love trailer park. That is my hot trailer park, and outside amateur orgies are really good.
And what happened when the interview ended, Sal? Because she seemed to be all over you.
That was crazy.
During the break, what happened?
Well, she came over, we took a picture, and then in the middle of the picture, she kind of swung around, she gave me a big squeeze, she pushed me back onto the couch, she bit my face, and then she grabbed my pants.
Was it she pushed you back on the couch and she got on top of you?
She got on top of me like she was humping me.
Right. Then she bit you.
Where'd she
bite you?
On my cheek, on my face. I'm like, whoa! I go, you bit me. I go, what are you doing? And she was laughing, and then she grabbed my, my package. I'm like, whoa.
Stop the clock.
Stop the clock here. I'm married.
See, she seems kind of wild.
This
Sal.
is on tape. What are you, nuts?
Sal, she seems kind of wild, sober. You know what I mean? You're saying put a couple in her and look out.
Put a couple in her. Forget about it, man. It's Disneyland for dick. We're going the distance. I mean that. We're going. Yeah.